Okay, I thought they said my.
My potatoes will bring all the people to the yard, says Shay. And they be asking, is it fried or not? Are you almost done, by the way? Setting your thing up.
Oh yeah.
So I don't want to kill the
I'm
viewers.
live now too. Hang on.
All right,
Oh,
go
there we
ahead
go.
and
Okay.
pull up. Go ahead and pull up. Go ahead and pull up the second conspiracy theory video we'll be watching and reacting to.
All right.
We reacted to one about 2 months ago. So at this point, this is kind of a series on both of our channels, and we can continue this because reacting to Five Nights at Freddy's conspiracy theories is fun. I'm reading the chat. We got to catch up, guys. And I be saying it's pretty freaking hot. Just casually types in Discord. Are you gonna start Lick? I hate how people make typos and they'll call me Lick.
I know that happens to me all the time. Like
people
when I'm
call you
typing...
Lick. People call you Lick as well.
No. I mean, like I accidentally when I type your name, it
okay, I was about to say at that point you just want to be licked. If I ever forget, he probably just broke his mouse before the stream and said, Ash. Nah, that's after the stream, guys. Anyways, want to go to work the next 3 days for me because I'm too tired. I need my sleep. Lock is dead. Beauty sleep. Lock isn't live. We could get the trending on Twitter, you know. I wish. Change your channel name to Lock isn't live. I would, but people would miss Shay. Or instead of Lock isn't live, what about Lock isn't alive? Oh no. The people need Shay. OMG, yeah, Lock isn't alive. I'm in the mood for pizza, but it's 1:10 a.m. here. I can't change my alt to that for fun, but I have to sub. This is a lot of messages I'm trying to catch up on, guys. I'll welcome everyone once I catch this up on the messages. And I don't want to leave my warm bed. He'll know when he reads the chat. Gosh, Steve, didn't know you were so evil. I love it. Lock is bot. Oh no, he caught us. Run. Too late now. I've caught y'all in 4K. Can't catch me. I have COVID. You know, I'm young. I'm fresh. I'm good. I'll catch you. I don't care. Dang, Lock, 15 minutes late. Hashtag blame Kassid. Kassid is over party. That reminds me of the time I forgot I was streaming because Max Effort got hacked for 20 minutes. I said absolutely nothing. You forgot you were streaming. What's up, Kassid?
What? Haley's in my chat.
Oh, Haley's in your chat.
What's up, Haley? Oh my gosh, I forgot my hat. I'll be right back. I forgot my hat.
All right.
How dare I forgot my
Maxius says, Maxius says, hi. What's up, Maxius? Welcome to the stream. Steve, finally. Yay, he's live. Maxius, hey. Thank you, Maxius. It's been a minute. How are you, bro? East Dad says, what's good? Long time. It has been a long time, East Daddy. East Dad was up. I did it, Shay. Haha. Lock isn't. Hi, Shay Gaming. That's me, Lock. Hee hee. Hi, Lock. Haha, Steve. Lol. Unicorn Cupcake. What's up? Cotton 4K. Whew, reading all those messages was a marathon, but I did it. All
right, y'all, I'm back.
All right. Go ahead and pull up the conspiracy theories, the second video that Matt Pat ever made. Awesome. Let me turn the fan on because now it's hot.
I hope it's not going to be as quiet as last time.
Hello? Hello, and welcome to the new and improved Five Nights at Freddy's 2 video.
Can you turn it up?
Yep, it's quiet. Hope my ears don't get blasted out.
I'm here to answer any questions the game may have left unanswered. The game's developer, he's a pretty
This is our second reaction. We reacted to the first video.
We'll get everything cleared up.
You can pull that stream up.
And watch out for the puppet.
Oh, boy.
Five Nights at Freddy's conspiracy theories. Moderators, please let people know what's happening if they tune in and are confused. Let them know we're watching conspiracy theories for a little bit. Then I'll be playing the actual game.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, the show that promises not to include any more gratuitous jump scares, unless that's just what I want you to think, so I can lull you into a false sense of security and scare you again. But I wouldn't do that. I'll just let the uncertainty of whether a jump scare is going to happen or not drive you insane for the rest of this episode.
Oh boy.
Man, I love reverse psychology. You know what else I love? These games! Not because I'm freaked out by the rosy-cheeked, tingle-looking, emotionally dead animatronics. Okay, well, Balloon Kid is pretty messed up, but whatever. No, what I appreciate about these games is the level of thought that went into every element of the story. When you create a game that has people rage debating about whether it's a sequel or a prequel, prequel, you've definitely done something right. Unless that was never your intent, in which case you've done something horribly, horribly wrong. Anyway, the point is, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 looks to be everything you'd want in a sequel. More cameras, more danger, and more fan. Oh, the fan. But that also comes with more questions. Questions about the game's lore. And while others will provide you with the jump scares, I provide you with what everyone really wants.
Pause it real quick.
answered.
I'm glad PewDiePie's like happy, you know. But I miss when PewDiePie actually played video games. I know he considers himself retired, but it does suck. Like there's so many times where it's like, oh, I would love to see PewDiePie play Poppy Playtime. Or
Wait,
I think he may have even played that. But you know, in general, there's a lot of games he just doesn't play.
Did he stop playing games or like?
He just posts vlogs and stuff now and just reaction videos because he considers himself retired. Fan.
Oh, Haley, that is a lock. We're doing a live stream.
Let me go ahead and pull up your chat as well, so I can bounce back and forth and watch both streams. But this is a little bit of context to Haley. You got 3 viewers on your end. That's pretty good. But a little bit of context to the people on his channel that don't know what's going on. This is our second time we're discussing conspiracy theories. We already have a first live stream. If y'all want to go ahead and check that out after the live stream or something. You can either become a channel member, watch my end, or watch his, because his is public. All right, click play.
Well, maybe not everyone. What an elite, educated subset of you really want, answers. So grab yourselves a slice of Freddy Fazbear's signature pizza, because we're about to
I wonder
dig
if it's
in.
good.
Ugh. Tastes like
Probably not.
cardboard. Let's get the big one out of the way first.
Never mind.
Is the game a sequel or a prequel sequel? And what I mean by that is, contrary to
It's a
popular
prequel.
belief, just because it has a big 2 slapped next to the name doesn't automatically mean the game comes after the first one in a timeline sense.
Sequel
It's a
or prequel?
sequel, yes, but it tells a prequel story. Take, for instance, these all-time classics: Psycho 4: The Beginning, Lion King 1.5, and the actual all-time classic Godfather Part 2. All of them
Monsters, Inc.'s
sequels
pretty
that
fire.
just so happen to also be prequels.
Oh, yeah.
It's not mutually
Yeah.
exclusive. So where's
Oh, but wait, was Monsters? Hang on. Sorry, I gotta check this quick.
Monsters Inc. Released first, Monsters University released second. If that's what you're Googling, I will end myself.
No.
What are you Googling?
The release date for Monsters University.
It was
June
after.
2013. Okay. No. I was gonna see if the video was made before or after. And Five Nights at Freddy's came. Oh, this movie is older than Five Nights at Freddy's. Huh, interesting.
I'll tell you why I got my arms up about this. I know there's a generational difference and there's an age gap between you and me because you're 16, I'm 20. I was concerned for a minute that you didn't know which one released first.
No,
And
no.
I was almost offended because that would make me feel old.
Oh.
So
No.
that's what was happening there. Shay looks like she hopped chats. It looks like
yeah.
she's on the other. She looks like she's betraying you. But we got Haley. What's up, Haley? What's up, Haley? Yo, subscribe to Kasid if you haven't already, and subscribe to Lock is Live if you're on his end. All right.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 fit in? Knowing its place in the timeline is crucial for understanding its story. Well, to figure that out, let's focus on the paycheck you receive at the end of your 5th night. The date places the events of the game in 1987,
yes, Haley, I am.
a whole 6 years ahead of when we determined the first.
Wait, was
game
that
took
public
place in our
information?
First video.
Oh, it's fine. It doesn't. I don't really.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't really
It's like
mind.
a prequel, but we found that date in the first game by calculating Mike Schmidt's hourly pay and comparing that to the minimum wage of the 90s. If Scott Coffin, the game's developer, is just picking random numbers for the payments, this bit of evidence would be meaningless. Except that he's not. At the end of Five Nights 2, you get paid $100.50. Divide that by the 30 hours worked, and you get $3.35 an hour, the exact minimum wage for 1987. Which means that us using minimum wage calculations to identify the year of Five Nights 1 is a perfectly valid way to prove it, and shows that it takes place after the events of Five
what's up,
Nights
Jeremy?
2. Still don't believe me? Players brave enough to survive
Pause it real quick.
I knew it.
This is always my thing with the conspiracy theories. I always wonder how much is genuinely conspiracy theories, and we kind of discussed this a little bit in the first one as well. How much is conspiracy theories and how much is Scott Coffin going, oh, okay, fans think this. Sure, we'll run with this. One thing that I really love, Gravity Falls, because you can't argue that Alex Hirsch threw the show together. the amount of foreshadows, Easter eggs, and just how intense and how much he he created the show. You can't argue that it was done last second and by fan reactions. I just wonder if Scott Cawthon is this giant genius that we make him out to be. I lean more towards no, because the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise is, and the story and the lore and everything behind it is messy. But you know, it is fun. It kind of frustrates me. It's like, why do we even try? Why do we even try? But you were gonna say something, I think.
Yeah, I always tell people FNAF 2 is a prequel because it just makes sense. It always bugged me. Like, hang on, let me pull something.
Would you debate people with it? Dude, why are you using Firefox?
I don't know. That's just the primary browser.
Yikes! Unsubscribe from Conceit. I know I gave Conceit a shout out, but
dang.
like, unsubscribe if he's gonna be using Fire. Subscribe, dude. That's cringe. Cringe.
Okay. So here's Withered Chica. I always looked. Her head is just so differently shaped. Her beak is much bigger. And then, what else was there? There was something else. It just. Oh yeah, her feet in FNAF 2 are orange. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Her feet in FNAF 1 are orange, and then in FNAF 2 oh wait, never mind. They might be orange in both.
The question of the year, though, would you smash?
No.
The little silence, you had to think about it. What about the curvy? There's I think she's curvy in like 3 or something. I can't remember which one. She's curvy. She's curvy in one of the games.
Yeah, that's FNAF 2.
Is it FNAF 2?
Yeah.
It's been a minute. I'm towards the end of Five Nights at Freddy's 3. I'm talking about yeah.
So anyways, yeah, her head is just a different shape, and it just like look at her, like her jaw, like her head is kind of cut in half, and like her jaw is open, while in this one her mouth is just that. So it wouldn't make sense. How would she wither down to this? It would make more sense because like in and on the paycheck of the FNAF 2 ending, it says the new characters are scrapped and the old ones are being reused and are going to be fixed up in hopes of rebranding the company, and that the thing is going to be on a much smaller scale. Hang on.
Okay. Side note, I'm gonna reply to these comments real quick. They're talking about the action version of Lion King. I thought it was pretty good. I think the emotion scenes didn't hit as hard, but that's pretty good.
All right, so yeah, it says the new animatronics will be scrapped due to possible malfunctions. However, the original characters are being kept in hopes of possible reorganization of the company. It's a minor setback. We are confident that we will reopen someday, even if it is with a much smaller budget.
Smaller budget.
So yeah, it all makes sense and it all connects. The FNAF 1 location is smaller because it's on a smaller budget, and then the FNAF 2, and yeah, much bigger before everything got scrapped. But it's just the one thing that kills me. The one thing that kills me about the whole lore is, why can't you put the year on this paycheck? It's 1113XX. It doesn't make sense. Why would you not put and then they put 1987 on the second one. But what really stands out to me about the paychecks is that both of them are 1113. So it's strange. These events are happening on the exact same days, but just different years.
What makes November 13th so special?
Yeah.
What makes November 13th so special? Dang. This is what I'm talking about. I'm like 99% sure I'm shadow banned on you. I got 0 views. That's nuts.
I just realized something.
What's up?
Wait. So, did you watch Unis Honest at all?
A little bit. I mean, you know, I never got into it. I could appreciate what they're doing. I know a good bit about it, you know, but I never got into it.
So I just realized it started on November 13th. And Markiplier's in it. And what is Markiplier?
Yep.
The king of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yep. You know he wants to be in the movie, right? You seen that?
Yeah, if they don't put him in the movie, I'm not watching it.
Are you serious?
Okay, no, that's an exaggeration. I will watch it, but I will be highly disappointed if they don't put him in the movie.
Yeah. But I'd hate for them to put him in the movie just because he feels like he should be in it. To me, that just almost seems egotistical. I mean, I understand. He like Five Nights at Freddy's so big and he's so. I mean, it makes sense, but it just seems like he doesn't. It's not like it's owed to him.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. They need Mark, Daco, or all the other big FNAF YouTubers.
I guess Matt Pat. You
Oh,
could
Matt-
argue.
Definitely Matt Pat. Yeah, I don't.
But
We're
the
watching a
thing
Matt
is-
Pat video and I didn't even think about it.
Why though? Why are these YouTubers?
Wait, hang on. Can you repeat that? You kind of bugged out.
Yellow.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, you can hear me.
Yeah.
Sorry,
You
I'm
just
having
you kind
I'm
of glitched a bit.
microphone issues. My
Oh boy, that's not good. You keep lagging. Oh boy, this isn't good. Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can
Alright,
hear you.
alright. It's because I'm moving around with my microphone. So I need to stop doing that. My thing is, most YouTubers are completely untalented and boring. I think it sucks. There's so many famous YouTubers with just no talent, and they're just snobby, and they think they're the hottest thing in the world.
Yeah.
So I don't think YouTubers need to be in it. I think maybe
Yeah.
I could understand Markiplier.
Yeah, like all the ones that
Maybe-
I named, like those guys, they actually are like good hearted people, or at least from what we see from what we see.
Yeah, but like Markiplier actually has true talent, though. You know, like
Yeah.
Matt Pat has talent because he's creative and he's like the way he thinks and like his brain. Markiplier actually has like Markiplier in space. Like Markiplier is actually doing something for himself. Most YouTubers are just completely boring and have nothing going on. It's crazy. It took so long for a Logan Paul or Beast to come along. I can't wait for when I blow up on YouTube because I'm gonna do it differently. I'm gonna be writing books, of stuff, bro. But I hate untalented, boring, famous people.
Yeah.
All right, you can click play.
The extra Night 6 are rewarded with a bonus check and a newspaper clipping that says the toy robots are getting scrapped, and that the old ones are going into storage for a new, smaller scale version of the restaurant. That would explain why the old models reappear in Five Nights 1 and the toy models don't.
I love how I just explained right when he's about to explain what I explained.
And notice
Shay
how
actually
it
brought up
mentions the smaller
Shay brought up a genius point, I thought. The reason Chica has withered away is because she went on a diet. That's why she has no cupcake.
Oh, and maybe that's her skeleton now. That's why her
Bingo.
cheeks are gone. Ah.
Bingo. Exactly. Good job, Shay. Good job, Shay.
So it might actually be a sequel.
version of the restaurant. The building in Five Nights 1 is significantly smaller than the setting of Five Nights 2. Need more evidence? What about the fact that on the first night in the office, the phone guy explains that the robots used to walk around during the day just like they do in Five Nights 2, but not anymore? Or the fact that phone guy dies in the first game, making it hard for him to also be the phone guy in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 if it takes place after. Call me the Phantom Menace, cause every way to Sunday, this game is a prequel. So with that revelation out of the way, we're able to piece together the rest of the
that's the
timeline and
biggest
dig a little
giveaway. The fact he's dead and suddenly alive. I mean,
Yeah.
that's either, once again, a lazy Scott possible situation. I would like to give him the benefit. Or it's
Well,
just
here's the thing though. People threw there was a theory. You know the purple guy, right? We talked about purple guy.
Yep.
People's theory was that phone guy was purple guy, and that's why he was alive. Or wait, I guess that still wouldn't make sense how he didn't die then. Because, and I kind of understand that theory, because if you think about it, in FNAF 3, you know, I'm sure you've seen the cutscenes, the post-night cutscenes, you know how, like, he's destroying the animatronics? People are thinking, after that phone call, that's when all that went down. Which, it makes sense, but yet again, there's just, I don't think that's it.
Shay brought up Friday the 13th in 1992.
Oh, yeah. Wait, 1992.
I don't know. Just smile and nod, dude. Just smile and nod. All right.
bit deeper, posters everywhere in Five Nights 2 welcome you to this new location, implying that there was another Freddy Fazbear's Pizza somewhere before this one. Additionally, the phone guy makes reference to it on night 1, mentioning the old location and how it was left to rot. So we know that there was one Freddy Fazbear's Pizza for the first game, one for the second game, and one that came before both of them that we've never seen.
And we still have never seen it. I don't understand. What I don't get is why they keep making games with like these new locations that we haven't had any reference of when we still have Fredbear's Family Diner. Like we have not seen it. Like I just don't understand why we've never had a game with it yet.
We haven't. That's odd. I figured there would be.
Yeah. And sadly, I think because of like the direction the franchise is going with these games getting a lot more complex, I don't think we're ever going to see one. Because I feel like if they're going with these really, really bigger ideas and all of a sudden just drop back down to the original formula, I feel like it's gonna.
Scott was kicked out. The original lore and the original.
Or he wasn't kicked out. He retired. Essentially, he was forced to retire.
Okay.
But,
yeah.
Or
he
was gonna retire, but he retired early. So maybe we would.
He was gonna retire after every game, bro. He said that every game. Every game. This is the last Five Nights at Freddy's game.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Never won. So I don't know.
Yeah, we could. Maybe if he wouldn't have retired, we probably could have got a decent security breach.
I think so. I think if he wasn't to retire, I think money is a motivator and a consideration of anything. I mean, it makes the world go round. But I don't think it was his number one priority.
Yeah, no, that's the issue, is that wasn't his priority, and that's Steel Wool's priority. So when he handed it over to Steel Wool, it was like money. It's just like, this is the one thing you cannot mess up. Please don't mess it up, Steel Wool. What does Steel Wool do? Mess it up.
How long do you think Five Nights at Freddy's can last under Steel Wool?
I don't know. Maybe.
Do you think it has longevity?
I mean, I'm sure they're gonna milk the heck out of it. I know that for sure. But like the popularity is probably gonna decline very quickly.
If each release dies out.
Yeah, it's just slowly gonna die out. It's just gonna get worse and worse. But my question is, what are they gonna do next? We've had a VR game, we had a free roam game, we had
a movie.
Oh, right.
I am very interested to see the Five Nights at Freddy's Plus, to be honest. It's kind of unnecessary, but I'm also looking forward to it.
Looks pretty creepy. Like it looks a lot more creepy.
Yeah. I would rather them kind of Five Nights at Freddy's Plus, what I like about it is I feel like they're kind of going back to where it should be.
Yeah.
Compared to a security breach. And I wonder if that's maybe a possible direction that they'll go to in the future. Because let's be honest, Five Nights at Freddy's Plus is going to be way more enjoyed than a security breach. If they can do it correctly, at least.
Yeah. The issue with security breach is it's too big. It's too big of a project. Like that, I don't think that's how it works with the formula of Five Nights at Freddy's. It's like it needs to be on a much smaller, simpler scale.
Five Nights at Freddy's is good because it's simple. I think the simplicity of open the door, close the door, open the door. You know, there's a level of simplicity to it. And if you're not opening the door, then you're checking the lights and you're checking the cameras. Five Nights at Freddy's isn't complicated, to be honest. It's just sometimes annoying.
Yeah.
And then you have to get in the rhythm of it.
And then the mixture of the super complex lore just makes that's what just ties it all together in a bow. Is the basic gameplay and then the super complex lore. It just all fits so nicely together.
Hey, what's up, the cursed Dave Miller? Apparently like my stream's like majorly delayed behind his. It should be a 3-second delay. Worst case scenario, I don't know what to tell you. But stop complaining about the delay, people. Stop complaining about the delay. It's people who is the thing is like, please stream more and then you can complain about stuff like that. I took a vacation to New York City. Terrible week. New York City. Did you try any pizza? Pizza was good. Did you try any rats? No.
All right. I'm gonna click play.
I'll love to share though. I'll love to share, but it's so annoying people talking about a delay. It's like, Jesus Christ. Do you want the stream to just completely lag out? All right, sorry.
Yeah, like.
Even before that, the phone guy also mentions an even older restaurant called Fredbear's Family Diner, which, aside from its confusingly different name, also had different owners. So let me
What you were
recap.
talking
There's
about.
the restaurant from the
Although I think he just said that the old location and Fredbear's are different. I don't think it is. I think it's the same location.
first game.
Hey,
which
what's
is
up,
the
Summer?
last in the timeline. The one that you're currently working at in 1987 in Five Nights 2, an older location of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria left to rot, and the original Fredbear's Diner. Jeez, I hope you're still with me.
Bro, that's so weird. We were just talking about Gravity Falls, and they put the Gravity Fall diner in there.
Let's be honest. Gravity Falls is a work of art, dude.
Yeah,
That's why
definitely.
it's a work of art. Shay says I was only trying to help. How are you gonna help? What am I supposed to do about the delay 27 minutes into the stream? Am I just gonna fast forward? And I can't do anything about it now, and it doesn't matter because it's literally the delay is as good as it's gonna get. People are gonna have to deal with it. I'm getting frustrated with that. It's suck it up, Buttercup. Anyways, though, Locke is toxic for a minute. What's up, Summer? Welcome to the stream. Hit that like button. So I am doing conspiracy theories with my homie Kassid for like 2 hours, give or take, and then I'm going to be playing Five Nights at Freddy's 3. I gotta go. Got work tomorrow again. Good night, everyone. Potatoes. Peace out, Shay.
With me because this is more complicated than the Zelda timeline. Anyway,
Well, you
it's
have
at
no
this
idea.
first
You have no idea, bud. By the time this video is out, you have no idea. It gets so
the
much worse.
diner where the whole
Okay.
story begins. Submitted for the approval of the Game Theorists Society, this is the true tale of Five Nights at Freddy's. When you die in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, before you've even gotten over the jump scare, you sometimes get a screen like this. Oh, turn it off! Turn it off, it's too horrifying. That, youngsters, was E.T. for the Atari, a console that came out before the NES. Yes, around the same time as the dinosaurs. It's widely considered to be the worst game of all time, hence me reacting in a horrified manner. See? Humor, folks. But seriously, you get these disturbing death minigames which, true to the 1987 setting, use Atari-esque graphics to depict various horrific events. All the while, a creepy robotic voice spells out letter by letter things like help them, save them, or save him.
Pause
These
this
death
real quick.
minigames are
I really want Five Nights at Freddy's to have a full-fledged, level-based 8-bit kind of game.
Oh yeah.
I think that could be a horror 8-bit game. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I got mugged for $10 by a homeless man. Don't go to New York City. How did a homeless man mug? Like, he has nothing to live for. Humble that guy. All right, you're good.
the most important piece in figuring out the true story behind these games. Let's start with this one. This death minigame has you playing as Freddy, taking cake to screaming children at a birthday
remember that,
party.
yeah.
As Freddy rushes around trying to keep the whole party happy, a single sad child looks on from outside.
A child.
Suddenly, you're powerless to do anything but look on in abject horror as a purple man pulls up in a car, murders the child,
Pull
and
up.
drives off. It's my belief,
man
loyal
behind the
theorists,
slaughter.
that this game takes place at Fredbear's Diner, and is
Yes.
chronologically the first event that we see in this timeline. How do I know? Well, it's a small establishment, and there's only one animatronic, Freddy, as opposed to all the other games which show other robots. But more importantly, this murdered child is the one that sets everything into motion. One of the new tasks added to Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is winding a mysterious music box that we're told placates one of the animatronics. If you fail to wind the music box,
Bro, this guy predicted the story before it even came out. Like literally, I could see.
Game theory?
Yeah, I could see how you could with the lore today. You could see how that child is associated with the puppet. But like at this point, we get so much. We're very lore is very scarce by the first two games compared to what we have.
Genius.
Yeah, how does he do it?
what you're introduced to is this terrifying
I guess
thing.
maybe the tier
puppet
marks.
looks like No Face from Spirited Away. You know what else he looks
He
like?
notices
Take a
such
look at
little
that murdered
details, super
child.
observant.
See how his
Yeah.
tear tracks remain visible on his face even
yep.
after he's dead? If we assume that they'll continue to stay with him into the afterlife, we can make a pretty good case that this kid's murdered spirit eventually found its way into the puppet animatronic. But that's not all.
Correct.
What jump scare happens after this save him minigame? After
Oh. Bye,
seeing
Summer.
this tear-stained child's murder murder
Never mind.
reenacted
Never
in
mind. This is
8-bit,
how he
the
linked it together.
The puppet jumps out of the screen and attacks you. Coincidence? I don't think so. That incident marks the first time the chain is ever associated with a violent act carried out against a child, and we can infer that it was this incident that caused the original owners of Fredbear's Diner to sell off to the company now known as Fazbear Entertainment. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was senselessly murdered and left to haunt a crappy pizza place for the rest of my life in the body of an awful-looking clown doll, I'd want to get my revenge as soon as possible. Unfortunately for our vengeful puppet, though, it doesn't quite turn out that way. Fast forward a few years to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the first location, the one that has yet to appear in a game. This new restaurant is the one we learned about in my earlier episode and throughout the first game, where our pal the murderer uses a golden Freddy suit to lure away and kill 5 children.
You know what was really annoying?
What?
Someone, I'm not gonna call names, but someone, they missed the entire stream of the first Five Nights at Freddy's lore stuff, and we talked about a bunch of different lore and stuff, and they only caught towards the end of the stream, so they caught us talking about it, and they're like, no, that's not possible, because this, and this, and this, and it really annoyed me, and they kept wanting me to explain why it was possible, and I was like, this is a 2-hour stream, and I'm not going to explain 2 hours worth of content to you in a text or in 5 minutes. It's like, if you want to hear that conversation, rewind, my guy.
Yeah.
I want to go to Italy for my next vacation. Isn't Italy the continent shaped as a boot? Oh, I want to.
Yeah.
I want to go somewhere, man. I'm going to Gatlinburg at Christmas time, but that's just in Tennessee. So, but that's still pretty cool. That'll be a good way to spend Christmas. Spend Christmas in the Smokies. That's where Dolly Parton will be. Yeehaw!
Read through the various articles on the wall, he gets caught the next day, but the bodies are never found, presumably because they've been stuffed into the animatronic suits. The restaurant stays open for a few months until the dead body stink starts to waft off the robots and causes the place to get shut down for health reasons. But how do we know this happened in the first pizzeria's location? Again, we turn to what the phone guy says. On night 2 of Five Nights 2, he mentions the smell coming from the old animatronics, the smell that got the original restaurant shut down. We also know that after the Golden Freddy incident, it took multiple months for the restaurant to get shut down. That couldn't have happened in the restaurant of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which is shut down.
Wait a minute. This restaurant that they're talking about, that must be Junior's. That must be Junior's. Wait, do you know what? Do you know? Oh yeah. But here's the thing. Junior's is based off an actual thing that happened in the lore, because in Five Nights at Freddy's 6, there's like this thing. So apparently, Henry, which is one of the people who, one of the 2 people, Henry and then Purple Guy, who started the whole thing. Henry kind of kicked him out of the production of the whole thing, and then he started his own restaurant called Junior's. So this second location, Oh, it all makes sense, because then I heard he broke into the place and then dressed up as a mascot. Okay, it's all fallen into place now. Okay.
I never got into the, I've played a few of the fan-made games, but I didn't play Juniors. I know Juniors is one of the better ones. There's like Lee one or something like that, or Jubilee or something.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, obviously the fan game isn't canon, but like...
Of course.
But yeah.
But they clearly did their research because they're a fan.
Yeah.
Night 6 and into the foreseeable future. But outside of these lore clues, it also makes logical sense. Before the Golden Freddy murders, there was one dead child whose tear-stained soul existed in the form of the puppet. But now there are 5 more dead children, and thanks to another of the death minigames, we find out exactly what happened to them. In the Help Them minigame, the puppet stuffs the dead children into the robotic suits, giving their souls new life, and preps them for their eternal mission of vengeance. But MatPat, you say through your chattering teeth, there are only 4 dead children in that game. To which I tell you, look closer if you dare. For the frame right before Golden Freddy's head jumps out and attacks features the lost 5th dead child, and what started as a haunted puppet has suddenly become an army of possessed animatronics out for revenge. But wait, that's not all we know. We also know the murder was committed by the same guy who killed the first child. How? Look at the Foxy death minigame. Twice, Foxy runs out to meet the kids, but the 3rd time we see the tall purple man again, smiling. Foxy goes into the other room to find 5 dead children. The man in purple strikes again. Skip ahead to 1987, finally bringing us to
that was
the
a
events
change
of
of pace.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Yeah.
The
It was
old
so dark, and then skip
animatronics
ahead.
have been retired, and the cute new versions of all our favorite friends come equipped with facial recognition software that just so happens to be connected to a sex offender database. Seems like an oddly specific detail, right? Until you consider that the last restaurant was closed for having children get kidnapped and killed by an employee. It's a safety measure. You see how it all ties together? So you have some animatronics possessed by vengeful spirits and another batch on the prowl for predators. But that doesn't stop our friend the Purple Man from continuing his life's
I was
work
gonna
of
say the
murdering
perv.
children at
Oh, okay.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. As we learn from the phone guy on nights 4 through 6, the new restaurant is once again under investigation as, well, I'll let him explain.
Hello, hello. What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the
Your
memo?
mom.
The place is closed down, at least for a while. Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it. Now none of them are acting right.
The Golden Freddy Killer?
That phone call actually makes that night significantly a lot more scary. Like, I don't know. It's just something about that phone call. It's just,
I don't know about scary, man. I don't
Or-
find
or
Five Nights
not-
at Freddy's scary.
well, the two scariest games I find in that series are 2 and 3.
See,
those-
I'm on 3. I finished 2. I just don't find it scary, man. I don't know. I think people are just so dramatic with their like scary, scary, scary. It's like I don't know. I just don't find it scary.
Well, to be
It's
fair, this
just
game
like-
did traumatize me as a kid, so I guess.
Maybe that's why you're struggling with PTSD. You need some therapy. So we'll look into those options after stream. I'll try to help you get therapy or something.
All right.
Struck again. The final death minigame also supports this. You, as Freddy, must walk through an exact replica of the building. Animatronics
Oh my gosh, what the heck is wrong with me?
Okay, what is it?
Why did I think that was a security guard? All these years I thought
Wait,
that was
the-
a security guard. The
Wait,
Freddy,
which one?
the orange guy.
Well,
Why? I have no idea why.
That's really bizarre. I thought the purple guy was a security at one point.
Oh yeah, he was a security guard.
Wait, so he was okay? Yeah.
Purple guy was, but I thought this orange guy was a security guard. But it's Freddy. Why did I not? I did. Why?
Silly goose. You're a silly goose. That's why. Totally max effort. Wait, if Freddy Fazbear 1 was 1992, Junior's was Fazbear 1. Well, Fazbear 1 is Junior's is in the original location, right?
It's Junior's is the second location. First location's Fredbear's.
Oh,
And then
okay.
the third location's FNAF 2, fourth is FNAF 1. And then it's 30 years after either 30 years after one of the locations is FNAF 3. When was sister location? I can't remember when sister location was. It's either 1983 for sister location, somewhere around there, or it's somewhere around FNAF 3.
1983.
Oh, okay, yeah, that 1980.
Notice the huge role that the bite of 83.
Oh, yeah,
What?
yeah,
The bite
right.
of 83. I only know about the bite of 87. I didn't know there was a bite of 83.
Oh, yeah, there's Bite of 8.
all in their proper places.
that the bite of
seeing the
87?
5 dead children spread out through the various rooms. And based on what Phone Guy says, it seems like the guilty party was the former night guard, the one who moved to day shift and the one your character replaced. I mean, Phone Guy makes plenty of uncomfortable references to suddenly having an available position during the day.
When we get it all sorted out, we may move you to the day shift. The position just became
Available.
available. We don't have a replacement for your shift yet, but we're working on it.
But is the
That people theorize that is the Bite of 87. Like the person was bit, and then that's why the position became available, because they either died or
Available. Or turn into werewolves.
Purple
Can you
Man
hear me?
Oh
really
yeah, yeah. Turn into weird.
Someone we've never met and who's only worked there a week? Or is it someone we trust? Someone with a long history with these characters? Someone no one would suspect? The head guard. The one forced to fill empty positions and teach new recruits by leaving them instructions over the phone. Is the purple man the phone guy? Ask yourself this. What do we really know about phone guy? Let's look at what he says.
Yes.
First, he always speaks like an outsider looking in. He refers to the management of the company as they.
That is true,
he's
yeah.
not higher up like the CEO or even a manager. But he's also not a typical day worker, as he says things like the employees and the staff. So he works there,
Yeah.
but isn't generally considered a regular member of the company.
I've never
We
thought of
also know
that.
that he's
I just
qualified
thought it
to
was-
take the role of a night guard. As we learn, he plans to take over the position sometime after night 6 and is on his way out of the position by the time
I just
the
thought he
first
was the
week
owner.
starts.
For now, just make it through the night.
Oh no.
When the place eventually opens again, I'll probably take a night shift myself. I actually worked in that office before you. I'm finishing up my last week now, as a matter of fact.
What else do we know? Well, we know that the phone guy has a long history with the company, being with it at least
Gravity
since
Falls
the
again.
first pizzeria that we have
Wait, what?
Gravity Falls again.
Oh yeah.
played in. He also openly admits that Foxy the pirate was always his favorite, and that he has never liked the puppet because, as he says, it was always thinking.
See, I told you wouldn't have any problems. Did Foxy ever appear in the hallway? Probably not. I was just curious. Like I said, he was always my favorite. I'll be honest, I never liked that puppet thing. It's always thinking, and it can go anywhere.
Okay, but what do we know about the purple guy, the Golden Freddy killer? Well, let's look at the minigames again. He has a long history with the franchise, killing since it was Fredbear Diner. We see him smiling as he watches Foxy perform, Phone Guy's favorite, right before Foxy sees the room of dead children. We know that the puppet and the killer wouldn't get along, which would explain Phone Guy's discomfort around a creature that he describes as always thinking. And here's the bombshell.
Weird way to describe
we
it.
know the killer is a security guard. How? On very rare occasions during the Save Them minigame, while Freddy chases the puppet, the purple man appears and chases you. Look on his chest. It's an orange badge. the
Yeah.
kind that would be given to a security guard. Now look at his eyes. Notice the white spots? An odd, seemingly innocuous detail. But now look at Golden Freddy. Look deep into his dead, vacant eyes. What do you see? 2 white spots. Pinpricks, really. Barely visible. They're there. And now finally, what do we see in Purple Guy's hand? Well, the Atari graphics make it
Drugs.
tough to discern. It's not like any gun or knife I've seen. No, that to me is very clearly a
Pizza.
phone. The robotic voice.
Oh.
Bro, I always thought it was his hand like doing like oh
I just thought it was his hand.
Yeah, I thought it was like him like holding out his hand and like a
To me, that seems like a. Oh wait, now I can see it though.
yeah.
is spelling out for you, save them, save them. But when Purple Guy, Phone Guy, catches you, the screen crashes and all
Take
you're
the
left
phone!
with is you can't. But that's not where it ends, Internet. As you and I both know, there's still Five Nights at Freddy's 1. If this game is last in line and the puppet is truly pulling the strings behind all of this, you might be asking yourself where he is in Five Nights 1. We know the other animatronics got scrapped, but this ghostly guy should still be around if this timeline I proposed is correct. And get this, the puppet is in the first game. Take a look at the east hallway. Seems pretty normal, right? But every so often, the posters on the walls change to this: a crying child with 2 streaming lines down
Oh,
his
word.
face. Look familiar? It should. The Five
Ish,
Nights at
yeah.
Freddy's series is about vengeance. 1 child, 6 children, more looking for revenge against a sick
Damn.
child killer. The purple guy, the guy who just so happens to be the first voice you hear when turning on these games.
Ginger,
Save them. Save them.
get out of there.
You can.
How can it be
But hey,
about
that's
vengeance
just a theory.
if
A
this is
game
the one before
theory.
it?
Thanks for watching.
Oh,
Make
I'm
sure
not
you
sure.
wind that.
Because there's multiple strings of murders. I think at each place there was.
Five Nights at Freddy's, says Baller. Yes, the tool used to take the bolts off the car wheels. It's not a phone, it's a wrench for car wheels. I assume that was a joke.
That music box by clicking the subscribe button. Otherwise,
All right, this is the
I'll get
outro.
ya. Click it.
So we
Click.
might as well, if you want to. I think we'd have enough for the next one, the one after this.
Yeah. It's
Okay, so in Five Nights at Freddy's timeline games, I think it's Five Nights at Freddy's 4, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Five Nights at Freddy's 1, Five Nights at Freddy's, Five Nights at Freddy's UCN, Five Nights at Freddy's VR, then Five Nights at SB. I could be wrong. I don't know, man, but it seems pretty legit
Surprises
to
on your
me.
business internet bill? Nonsense. Spectrum Business doesn't do nonsense.
How are you deciding to watch these in order? Is there a playlist and you're going through order that way, or what?
yeah, and also the first video had the something from FNAF 1, second was FNAF 2, and then third is FNAF 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we go down this list.
All right. I got trust in you. I got faith in you. You think he got someone to film this, or he propped this camera down?
I have no idea. I think he propped it up.
It'd be really
It's
funny if he
time.
got someone to film it.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be like, what the hell? Don't invite me over again. I don't want to be part of your demonic rituals. You feel? Is this what blew him up as well, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Hello,
I will
Internet.
gladly save my
Welcome
money.
to
My
Game
deepest condolences, man. Who holds? What?
Theory, where good things, or at least FNAF things, come to those who wait. And man, when it comes to
Got
this
'em.
game series, no one was waiting for anything. I mean, the second game came out 3 months after the first, the trailer for the third was
Insane.
2 months later, and like 4 minutes after that, the game was available to download. So forgive me if I was caught
Damn.
with my pants down on that one. I just wasn't prepared for it. But even more impressive than that abbreviated timeline was your ability to rip that final game apart.
Pause it.
Ow!
This will be a. That's hilarious. I'm currently on Five Nights at Freddy's 3. I don't care if I get spoiled because I'm towards the end of it. It makes sense why he released it so soon after. That's Freddy's 3.
Wait, hang on. You cut out a little bit. What was that?
I wonder if I cut out during the stream. Let me check. Is it a Discord thing, maybe?
I think it's a disc. Because if nobody said anything, I think it would.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to look. That makes me sad if it's not. Let me check. Oh, the stream froze. 1 sec. Let me fix. So that was funny. Right when I was checking. Someone said lock making me check my router. Top 10 anime trolls right there. That's what it's about. All right, I'm trying to fix the OBS thing. No, what I was saying though is I might as well talk meanwhile. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is so far out of 1, 2, and 3 worst one yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's luck based. It's so obnoxious.
I wouldn't say it's always. Wait, what element of it do you think is luck based?
When the animatronics come out and where they spawn and stuff, there's not as much strategy. There's not as much strategy to it.
I guess yeah, the spawning is luck based.
It's just extremely obnoxious, and I'm not good with luck. I do be lacking the luck, so it drives me nuts personally.
Wait till you get to 4. That's when you got to start relying on audio cue.
I would rather an audio cue than luck based, to be honest. I know a lot of people hate the audio cues. Like a lot of people will be like, "It sucks," but I would prefer the audio cue than what we have with luck based 3. It sucks. I'm so close to finishing 3. I don't even know if I want to do night 6, to be honest. I don't think I will, to be honest. I think once I finish night 5, I'm out of this bitch. And I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to cuss on your channel. I also got to watch it on mine. I'm out of here, though, dude. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can hear you.
All
But
right,
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
cut
that
out.
makes sense. No, you didn't.
All right, you stopped responding. I got scared.
3 is just one of my favorite games, so I think it's like one of the out of all. I think that one's like most effective. Yeah.
How you play Five Nights at Freddy's? For 2 games you have a door, and then all of a sudden you don't have. That's BS. That's BS.
Wait, what do you mean? You don't have a door in FNAF 2?
Oh, that's what I'm. Wait, you don't? Hold on.
No, not a door that you can close.
Nights at Freddy's 2 doors. Do you not? Oh, that is true. You're right. You're right. But there was doors at least. Well, never mind. Okay, my point went out the window. Never mind. Okay, just click play. The more I talk, the stupider I get. My brain is melting.
After
live.
the release of the game, people were discussing good versus bad endings, 8-bit Atari cake, glitching through walls, and punching a flipping code into cement bricks arranged like a telephone dial pad. In regards to that last one, I have 2 things to say. First off, well done to you guys for figuring it out so quickly, and secondly, Scott, seriously. Seriously, Scott? Oh look, here's a wall. Let me just dial in my phone number. Beep boop boop beep boop boop. What? When did we jump from a point-and-click horror game to magical fantasy? This thing is like platform 9 3/4. I expect Harry effing Potter to apparate into Pirate's Cove or something. Jeez, here I was thinking that you'd plug your numbers into, the one other place that you see numbers in this game, the bonus jump scare menu, or something, anything, but nope, dialing it into a wall makes so much more sense.
So confused. I haven't gotten to that part.
Sorry, just needed to get that one off my chest. Moving on. Now, with 15 days at Freddy's under our belts and a few overtime hours clocked in for good measure, we have ourselves a completed video game trilogy, with the 3rd game giving us more jump scares, more phone guy, and more fan. But this game also contains the final clues we need to get some closure on this game's deviously vague story. Scotty C certainly didn't make things any easier for us, but at this point I think we finally have enough puzzle pieces scattered across the 3 games to assemble a fairly accurate picture of this franchise's lore. Since you guys had a, let's just say, above average interest in this theory, I wanted to create something that answered as many questions as possible about this franchise. But beyond just the details, the question we all want an answer to is, what exactly happened in the story throughout this series? It's a pretty fundamental question to not have an answer to, and yet, despite thousands of videos, forum entries, and Tumblr posts, whoa, hey, put that away, you behave yourself. This game is already scary enough without you sticking your hook somewhere it doesn't belong, okay? Despite all those things, we still don't have a clear picture on the details. Yes, there's a child killer on the loose, the infamous purple guy, who's been using Fazbear pizzerias as his hunting ground of choice for years, but going into the 3rd game, we still weren't sure about who this guy was or even how many victims he'd officially taken. Then there are the animatronics. Sure, we generally understand that the killer's dead bodies have been stuffed into some of the suits, and that with the help of the puppet, the kids were able to find new life in those robotic bodies. But then, what about Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy, who randomly appeared in FNAF 2 only to become prominent figures throughout Part 3? How do they fit in? What about the ghostly Golden Freddy, someone we've been talking about since the 1st game, and yet we still don't really know anything about him? Well, now that we finally have all the facts, I think it's time we revisit my timeline I presented in the last episode to see what I got right, what I got wrong. Yes, you heard that. Wrong. No shame. I'm a big boy. Mommy, wow, I'm a big kid now. And finally fill in the missing details to create what I believe to be my definitive Five Nights theory. And boy, howdy, it is a doozy. So strap in, theorists. You wanted it. You're about to get it. Overall, the timeline of the franchise I presented in the last video still holds strong. Decades before the name became a horror legend meriting its own theme park style attraction, Freddy Fazbear got his start at
Can you believe my stream's demonetized?
It's here where our story begins.
It got demonetized?
I'm demonetized. Crazy. So if I continue to do 6 hours, chat, tell me. If I continue to do 6 hours, it'll have to be a separate stream, because like I wanna push out this stream. If I'm streaming for 6 hours, there's no shot I'm gonna be censored the whole time. But guys, type 1 in the chat. If y'all still want me to play the whole 6 hours today. I might be splitting it up tomorrow, to be honest. So I'm actually kind of tired, to be honest. I wasn't gonna stream tomorrow, but what we could do is we could do 3 hours. Chat, would y'all be fine with that? Would y'all be fine with that? I don't want to make y'all feel ripped off. I don't want it to be Lock is scam. Lock is over party. YouTube's really like, I don't know what it is. I feel like YouTube hates me nowadays. When I upload YouTube Shorts, can you hear me?
Yeah, oh yeah, I can hear you.
When I upload YouTube Shorts, I don't know if I've told you this, but when I upload YouTube Shorts, I think maybe split, yeah, because then you have something to look forward to tomorrow instead of me not streaming. When I upload YouTube Shorts, dude, it's like they don't push it out. They don't promote me. They don't share my content out at all, which is weird. It's like it doesn't matter anymore. It's weird. None of my live streams as of late. This one was beginning to hit, but then demonetized. Just, I don't know. I feel like YouTube hates me. I'm taking a week off next week, though, because I'm tired. YouTube's frustrating me. All right, sorry.
Purple guy takes his first victim, something we see in the Take Cake minigame from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. What tells us that this is Fredbear's and first in the timeline? Well, as I said last time, in addition to it being a small space, the only character we see is Freddy, whereas all other minigames feature multiple animatronics. He's also holding a cupcake. Since that would later become Chica's signature item, the event depicted in this game must have come before she was created. Additionally, notice that the purple guy's murder takes place outside the building. This is the only time we see him murder someone outside the walls of a Fazbear building, which implies that this is likely his first victim. Serial killers often have what's known as a signature, a way of killing that's unique to him and him alone.
Introducing
Mute
Discover
it,
Online
Price. Might be mute it. Yeah. I'm gonna eat Burger King nuggets. Wish me luck. Ew, I ate those earlier today because it was like $2 for like 8 or something like that. And I was like, yeah, that's a pretty good deal. You get what you pay for. Trash. All right.
For Purple Guy, his signature is dressing in an animatronic costume, then luring children to the back of the pizzeria and killing them there. But this murder occurs before he developed this particular style, implying that it's the first. From there, we know that the puppet jump scare that always follows this minigame, combined with the tier design on both the dead child and the puppet's mask, implies that the soul of the first child now exists in the puppet. The event caused the original owners to sell the Fredbear name, who then rebranded and avoided the negative PR, becoming what we know today as Fazbear Entertainment. They then opened a new chain of restaurants, which we never saw in the games until the release of Five Nights 3. This is not Fredbear Diner like many interpret, but rather the first location of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, predating the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
I don't know about that one, Chief. I'm pretty sure that's Fredbear's because two animatronics there are Spring Bonnie and Fredbear, and that's what's on stage.
It might be something where he corrects later.
Oh, yeah.
How do we know? Well, by paying close attention to the old recordings of Phone Guy dug up in FNAF 3, he introduces us to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, not Diner, before explaining the functionality of the special spring-lock suits.
Welcome to your new career as a performer/entertainer for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Right now, we have 2 specially designed suits that double as both animatronic and suit.
He also lets us know that the animatronics are still allowed to walk around freely during the day, meaning that this is happening before the bite of 87, in which an animatronic bites someone during business hours, removing their frontal lobe and resulting in the animatronics being restricted to moving around only at night.
For ease of operation, the animatronics are set to turn and walk towards sound cues.
As Phone Guy informs us, and as we see in the Stage 01 minigame, there are 2 specialty suits, a Golden Bonnie suit and the origins of the infamous Golden Freddy. But the lifespan
Can you pause it real quick?
Springlock...
I do want to mention this while there are 5 viewers, because it's quite nice to see 5 viewers here, guys. I want to say thank you. If you haven't already, go ahead and be sure to subscribe to my homie Kasid. If you're on Kasid's YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribing to me. Guys, I'm gonna plug this really quickly, just out of respect for Kasid, because I don't want to come across as disrespectful, but I don't think he'll take it this way. But I am actually doing a giveaway, and it's super easy to enter. All you have to do to enter, I don't think there's a lot of clippable moments in this stream per se, but how you enter the giveaway is super easy. So the number one, whoever wins with $50, you will literally get $50 for this giveaway. All you got to do is upload a unique YouTube or TikTok. You have to tag me in the description, and it has to be from one of my videos. Also be sure to comments or link my channel in the comment section down below. So literally whoever gets the most views on a YouTube TikTok based around me will get $50. So if you see something that's funny that happened in this live stream, go ahead, rewind, record it, upload it on TikTok, uploaded it on YouTube, and who knows, maybe you'll get $50. It seems pretty easy. Whoever gets the most views. All right, go. Sorry.
Suits is actually short-lived as we learn about their one fatal flaw.
After learning of an unfortunate incident at the sister location involving multiple and simultaneous spring lock failures, the company has deemed the suits temporarily unfit for employees. The classic suits are being retired to an appropriate location.
Now, let's pause here. 2 employees are killed by the failure of a Bonnie suit and a Freddy suit. Where else in the game do we see Bonnie and Freddy share
Shadow
the unique
Freddy
feature that no
and
one
Shadow
else in the
Bonnie.
game possesses? Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie. Could this be the origin of the paranormal Shadow suits? Yes, actually. Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie are tied to the ghosts of the employees who died in the spring suits. Get this, the employees' bodies were taken out of the suits, which is why their appearance is more paranormal and why they can't possess them as well as the children can. Plus, having this as their origin would explain the in-game behavior of both suits. In FNAF 3, we see that Purple Guy hides in a secret safe room that has been built into every pizzeria. A room that's hidden to customers and invisible to the animatronics programming. During the minigames that occur between nights, we see Shadow Freddy lead the other animatronics to this secret room, only to cause them to glitch out and then get torn apart by Purple Guy. This supernatural origin story is how Shadow Freddy is able to enter the safe room when other animatronics can't. How he's able to lead you to that room in the first place when other animatronics wouldn't be able to see it based on their programming, and even why he leads you there, knowing that Purple Guy attacking you will eventually free your soul. That's also why there's no Purple Freddy suit when you do finally enter that room. It's not an alternate Purple Guy costume like many believe, it's an apparition. Suck on that, Harry Potter, I knew someone would apparate eventually. It also explains why Shadow Bonnie's minigame in FNAF 3 always starts on stage 01, the spring suits, and why it's the one animatronic we control that has the ghostly ability to glitch, fly, and teleport. As we concluded last episode, this is also the point in the timeline of the first missing children's incident, the one we learn about via newspaper clippings in Five Nights
I'm very
1.
curious.
So, based on the
I'm curious to see him progress because he went, okay, this is going to be the last Five Nights at Freddy's game, last Five Nights at Freddy's game. I'm curious to see how he progresses and how many times he's going to say that and how many at the end. It's going to be kind of funny to see that. Do you think think he's just giving up on Five Nights at Freddy's, or you think he still cares on like the newer?
I think he
what's
still
going on with it?
cares. I just feel like Steel Wool's doing a lot of stuff behind his back.
Behind his back? I'm
Yeah.
talking about game theory.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Scott.
Oh, that's
okay.
his baby, bro. Of course he cares.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pull up Game Theory's channel. Let's
I
see.
definitely think Game Theory is still rolling out videos about FNAF. He's still definitely cares.
Why does my I mean, it is in his background, so that would. I just checked, and he made a video on 3 months ago. So yeah, I'd say he still cares. You're right. You can click play if you want.
newspaper clipping evidence we know that the mauve murderer dressed in one of the suits lured children to a back room and killed them. He's starting to develop his signature. But one nagging detail FNAF theorists have been wondering is what suit does he use for his disguise? The answer? Golden Bonnie. Why? Well, remember the phone guy saying the faulty suits were being retired to an appropriate location. There's a high likelihood they're being stored in one of the safe rooms in the restaurants. Plus, we hear in FNAF 2 that the purple guy has a habit of using a yellow suit.
We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it.
But why not Golden Freddy? Phone guy tells us so at the beginning of Night 5 in FNAF 3.
Management has also been made aware that the Spring Bonnie animatronic has been noticeably moved.
My, what an oddly specific detail to include, Scott Cawthon. And remember, these tapes that play in FNAF 3 date all the way back to the first pizzeria location, which is why this detail is so important. It reflects Purple Guy starting to develop his signature killing pattern. From there, we know the rest of the story. Purple Guy kills the kids, stuffs the bodies into the suits to hide them, but as we read the paper, is caught on camera and arrested. Meanwhile, the puppet gives life to the children, and the angry spirits possess possess the robots. Or is that really how it goes? Let's go back to the Give Gifts, Give Life minigame. The children are lying there dead, and the puppet first tries to give them presents. Weird, right? Weird until you consider that his place is at the prize corner. Giving presents is...
Yes.
Wait, Locke, did you say something?
Yeah, I was saying, Totally Max Effort said, oh, the suits are in sister location, stuffed in one.
Oh, yeah. In sister location, you're put in one, but the spring locks are wound up.
I thought that was a good observation, so I just had to read that out loud.
The only thing he knows that can make children happy. It's a reflex. Remember, this is still a child's spirit in this puppet, but when that doesn't work, the puppet goes around one more time and does the only other thing it can think of: put the bodies into the suits. You heard that right. In trying to save the children, he's the one hiding them in the animatronic suits, not the killer like we've been assuming. But then what about the fifth child, as there's only 4 here? Well, as we pointed out last time, the fifth child is there too, appearing at the very end of the minigame and taking the role of Golden Freddy. But remember, Golden Freddy is a decommissioned spring-lock suit at this point, deemed too unsafe to be functional. The reason he's slumped over and can't move like the rest is that his endoskeleton has been taken out. He's in suit mode, not free-roaming mode. He physically doesn't have the mechanisms in place to stand up and move. Possessed or no, a dead child's spirit just can't give a boneless suit the ability to stand. This also explains the lone naked endoskeleton that appears occasionally in both Five Nights.
As a small business owner, you're the boss, right? So why let your business internet contracts be the
2 and Five Nights 1, an endoskeleton that once belonged to Golden Freddy. Whew, I know I made you wait for this one, so I knew I had to make it count. Heck, if there ain't a lot to cover. Still with me? Good, because we're ready for our next location. You see, since the puppet hid the bodies, no one knows they're in the suits until they start oozing and smelling, which, as we see in the papers, eventually gets the place shut down for health violations. The company tries to recover from, quote, the tragedy that took place there many years ago, but can't, and eventually is forced to shut its doors for good. This leads to the trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Finally, we're actually going to talk about a game in the series. Seriously, can you believe we've been going this whole time on locations that aren't even settings for the 3 main games? That is why this lore is so challenging, but also so interesting. Anyway, forgotten, dismantled, deactivated. These are the words you see at the beginning of the trailer. Back when the debate about whether this game was a sequel or a prequel to the first game, these words made it seem like a follow-up, that everything had been shut down since the first game, but it wasn't. These words are a reference to the business being closed down after that first missing children's incident. That's why posters everywhere in Five Nights 2 are all about the brand new Fazbear Pizza. It's the grand reopening after years of being out of business. That's also why the new toy animatronics have built-in facial recognition software to a criminal database. They need to be careful to prevent another incident. But, as we know, it doesn't work. As we see in the Save Them minigame, 5 more children get killed in this new location. We know it's the new location because the minigame map's layout perfectly matches this new Fazbear business. We also know it couldn't have happened earlier in the timeline, as both the old animatronics and new toy robots are presented in the game. But this time, the puppet's solution isn't saving the kids, it's stopping the killer. He enlists the help of Freddy to try and SAVETHEM, leading the bear to the killer's location. Except Purple Guy came prepared, equipped with not a phone, but rather something to help him tamper with the animatronics. He knows that something fishy is going on with these robots, because he's been watching, studying. The puppet wants Freddy to save them, to which the killer's answer is only this: you can't. So how did the Purple Guy manage it when he had been caught years before? What about the bite of 87? How do FNAF 1 and 3 fit in? And most importantly of all, who is the Purple Guy? All that next week. Don't worry, I'll come back. I always do. In the meantime, it's all just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
That was not nice. We're definitely ahead of schedule since we're an hour in, so we could definitely part 2. And if there's another one, did they say part 2 second half? So there's technically 3 parts.
Yeah. Part 1, part 2 first half, part 2 second half.
Okay, so that means we're actually going at a good pace. So I'm gonna go ahead and read some comments because right now we do need to try to stall for a little, at least hopefully hit that 2-hour mark to give people the quality content they deserve.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and read these comments. Also, sister location is someone died of a spring lock. So what's the other location? No one talks about it. Sister location. What?
Can you repeat that? You cut out.
Chat. Do I cut out when or is it just a Discord? I think it's a Discord thing.
Yeah, I think it's a Discord thing.
I don't understand it. It's more than one because he said it's just a Discord thing. So odd. Because you think it would be you would think it's a connection thing. But if it was a connection thing, it would do that to the stream. You'd think it's a microphone thing. If it was a microphone thing, it would do to the stream. Let's go ahead and we can read those comments as well. Let's do that in a minute. We'll do that in a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and read the chat real quick. So what Totally Max Effort Gaming said, he said also sister location is because he says in his sister location died of a spring lock. So what's the other location? No one talks about. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Every time you mention the sister location, you cut out for some reason.
I think Discord is actually trying to hide this info.
Yeah.
Apparently. All right. Also, sister location. This is another attempt. Also, sister location is more than one. In a sister location, someone died of a spring locks. So what's the other location? No one talked. Did you hear me that?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I think
thank
the other
God.
I think the other location is would it be Juniors? I think it'd be Fredbear. No, it's not Fredbear's because he said in the tapes, "You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza." So it's after that, and it's before FNAF 2. So it would have to be Juniors.
I know last live stream you talked about you and I doing a podcast. Are you still planning on doing something like that?
I'm still thinking about it. I don't think right now would be a good time to start.
Yeah.
I
would love to I'd love to be a guest. I don't know about being a host, but a guest for sure. That's where I lean at. Sister location jump scared me for 9 minutes, says Felix. I don't know how to respond because I've only played Five Nights at Freddy's 2. 1. I'm on the third one, and I played a little bit of the new one just out of. Five Nights at Freddy's Simulator gave more. Well, the thing is, I feel like we could watch hours and hours worth of stuff. I don't want to do that. so we will. I would like to watch a majority of Matt Pat's videos and make like a little reaction type series thing out of it just for fun. And then people can share us and the little details in between. Also, Candy Cat talks about story about Purple Guy. I'm sure if I Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is very. That's from what I can see. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 does look scarier than 1, 2, and 3.
Well, here's the thing. 2 and 3,
I've only seen very glimpses, by the way. But.
Oh, okay. 2 and 3, what's scary about them is not necessarily the jump scares and stuff. I mean, yeah, it gives you like 10-second adrenaline maybe, but it's like the
agreed.
It's like what's really scary is the lingering feeling it gives you after playing. Like for a long time after playing, when you think about it, when you see,
I don't feel that type of way because it's a game, you know. It's like I don't know, man. I think it might be maybe a maturity difference, or like an age difference, maybe.
I wouldn't say maturity.
Yeah. Let me rephrase myself because like maturity doesn't come into play with it. I think age does come into play with it because what's gonna freak out a 16-year-old is not gonna freak out someone who's almost 21. And I'm not even trying. If I was, I would be like I try to help you, and talk to you, and we're friends, we're homies. But I do think. Sometimes we tend to forget that there is a bit of an age difference. The age difference does come into play in situations like this where I just don't find any lingering scariness. The only thing that's ever lingered me with scariness, bro, is it's very hard for me to actually get freaked out, unless I'm like high or something. But the only thing that really like properly freaked me out is the new Smile movie.
Oh my gosh, I saw that.
You did?
I saw that. Yes.
Yes. Hold on, we have to have a whole side piece conversation right here, bro. The Smile movie is my favorite horror movie, hands down. Did it mess with you once you were in the theater or something?
Okay, this is gonna weird you out. I really enjoyed the movie, but it did not scare me afterwards.
It didn't scare me until I left. Yeah, I know what you mean. But the thing is, I didn't even realize I was scared until I left. I realized I was scared when there was someone, you know how the people come in after the movie and they're ready to clean pot or whatever else.
Yeah.
I realized I was scared when I refused to make eye contact with the lady. I realized I'm like, wait a minute, maybe this movie consciously affected me. And then I was driving at night. Did you watch it at day or at night? Because I do think that
at night.
Okay, so you watched it at night.
Yeah,
interesting.
It's like yeah, some of the jump scares gave me that 10-second adrenaline, but it didn't afterward. It did not affect me. I really liked the movie, but it didn't linger with me.
Something about that movie, and I don't want to spoil it for the people who haven't seen the Smile movie, but you really have to.
Yeah, that was like my first horror movie I've ever seen in theaters.
Fantastic one to start with. That makes me excited. That makes me happy. I'm going to college for psychology, so there's like psychology.
Yeah.
Automatically makes me excited. It feels legit. It's like the thing is with this movie, if you're looking for a full-blown like scary horror movie, that's not what it is. It's a psychological horror. It messes with you. It's a psychological horror. Yeah, it messes with your brain and it makes you uncomfortable. That's how I feel. Like that's what it did for me. It just made me uncomfortable in some parts because it was just like this feels so real in a way. As I said, I don't want to spoil the ending for people who haven't seen it. But the ending, it's not what I expected. I thought it was gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I thought
that blew my mind into so many freaking pieces, bro. And then the music they played with the credits. Come on.
I know, what was that? Me and my friend were just like, what was that?
It just gives an extra oomph to it, bro.
Like how was that like how did that song have any relevance? Like if it talked about smiles or something, I'd see, oh yeah, I get that, but no, it had no relevance to anything. This is so random and out of nowhere.
To me it was fitting. To me it felt fitting actually. To me it made it creepy. It made it weird. It made me reconsider my life
I guess
more.
It does make sense because it's kind of like a kind of little cheery song, but when you play it after a horror movie, it gives it that little uneasy feeling.
Yeah, it's like kids laughing, you know.
Yeah,
it's fine for kids laughing if you're outside in a sunny day, but if you hear kids laughing and you're walking in the woods, that's odd. So it all depends on the context, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna read some of these comments. Five Nights at Freddy's lore gave my mind brain issues. Jump scared. It was never phone. It was a wrench to take apart the animatronics. The purple guy. He says it was a wrench to take apart the animatronics. Who died of spring locks? That was the reason I made the theory. I got high off markers, man. I'm high. Walls can. Okay. Don't do that. That's extremely stupid. That's just stupid, dude.
So anyway,
I hope you're joking.
Anyway,
let's read some comments maybe, and then we'll jump into the other one.
Wait, hang on. I wanted to explain a little bit. So
okay.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and 3. I think a lot of the elements just worked so well together that just gave it the horror feeling for me. I think it was FNAF 2. It's a lot of the ambiance. Like sometimes you'll hear kind of like a I can't really explain it. It's like you'll hear like a sound kind of like randomly play, and that just adds a whole nother layer to it. And then the mini games really add a lot to that.
I actually hate the mini games. Very unpopular opinion, but I really don't like the mini games.
Well, it's not like the mini games in general. I think it's like a lot of the static in the sounds, like the
Okay.
and yeah, that for some reason that just spikes up the horror factor for me. And I
I'll
don't know
go
why.
eat my nugget. Stuff blurry. I'm not even joking. Can you like actually in the future don't be dumb? Sniffing markers is actually extremely stupid. I think you're old enough not to do stupid stuff. So like don't be dumb, guys. Don't sniff markers. Don't get high in an unsafe. And don't get high if it's illegal. Just don't be an idiot. You know, you're killing your brain. Oh, we're gonna have a little collab dropping soon. It is going to be. I might as well mention. So just in case you don't know, Kasid has a Doors video with me and him on his channel. And that one's really fire. And I tried to film it, but the quality just didn't look as good as I wanted it to. So I scrapped it and I was like, whatever. But his video turned out to be like hands down one of my favorite collaborations. I'm super excited. I'm gonna promote it till the day I die. But with that being said, I felt like I owed Kasid, so I got a few YouTube shorts, 2 to 3 YouTube short collaborations with him, dropping probably next week. It's gonna be really fun, so expect that to drop. It's my grandma plays Roblox Doors, and Kasid is teaching grandma how to play a little bit, so that's pretty fun. But we can read the comments, or we can go ahead and react. That's up to you.
All right, let's read. 2015, Matt. This is the complete FNAF story. 22 FNAF fandom. Keep going, superstar. We know you can do.
Oh my gosh.
We have the facts. Scott, hold my beer. But yeah, pretty much all the comments are like that. Security breach has convinced Scott and I never actually had a plan for these games and just threw random stuff at us for the sake of throwing us off our tracks.
That's what I've been saying. Yep.
A completed video game trilogy, he says. Oh, 2015 Matt Pat, you sweet summer child. If only you knew what was coming. That's exactly what I'm thinking. It's just like, oh boy, you have absolutely no idea what's coming next.
I would love to see what he would have thought if he knew.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder.
Oh my gosh, somebody made an hour and 28-minute long video of the full, complete timeline.
My goodness. Oh my god. He going ham.
Oh boy, who misses the series one was just murdered children? Now there's robot kids in time-traveling ball pits. Oh yeah.
Honestly,
if you don't know, that was like the first story in the Fazbear Frights book series.
I didn't know.
Oh.
I just know there's a lot of weird unnecessary breach.
Oh yeah. By the way, yeah, and then FNAF. Anyway, I forgot to finish my thing. So in FNAF 3, I don't know why, but the fact that it's 1-on-1 and not 1-on-many, something about that just feels so much more unnerving to me. I have no idea why, but it just seems so much worse when it's 1-on-1.
I can understand that argument. Yeah.
I think it's because it's the fact that like each animatronic has like their own like mechanic, and but then like he is just unpredictable. Like he has no set path and could go literally anywhere. I think that's probably what it is.
That's what I hate about it. That's what I hate about.
Oh yeah.
It just makes me rage, bruh.
Yeah, and then just his design, and then the story behind of why he looks like that. The fact that there's like somebody who like he got brutally killed inside of it, and then now his soul is possessing it, and it's just like, and the sound, like, you know, the sound he makes when he gets close, like it's like a whistling sound. Like,
yeah.
That's just, oh my gosh, it works so well to change the mood from that regular ambiance to just that whistling sound. I don't know why. I always wondered, what is that sound? Like, what is it supposed to be? Is it a sound coming from him?
If Smile didn't mess you up, but this did, I guess it's not an age thing.
Yeah,
Because
it's
for
weird.
me, it's the other way around. Like to me, it's like I see what you're saying, but it has zero effect for me. It's like, yeah, it's just a detail.
Like I said, like my story of Five Nights at Freddy's, it's so bizarre. Like back in like 2014, is when my friend introduced me to it. He like showed me jump scares. I was traumatized, and for like the next 3 years, I couldn't like do anything associated with the game. I couldn't even look at a picture from the game. Otherwise,
Mhm.
I'd be up all night. And one day I'm just like, I gotta face my demons, yeah, I
My
download
demon.
yeah, I downloaded the game and I played it and stuff, and then yeah, now I'm just completely obsessed with the lore. So I think
Mm,
maybe it's because you're right, it's some kind of PTSD thing, something.
could be.
Yeah, but yeah, literally after that,
I feel like
nothing.
PTSD is a strong word. I was using that jokingly, but it's
Yeah,
definitely some
or
sort
yeah,
of
some kind of
subconscious
triggering. Yeah,
memory. Yeah,
triggering.
trigger. That makes sense. Yeah, triggering. Yeah.
Yeah, because nothing scares me anymore. Like literally, yeah, sometimes I'll get scared and it's like a 10-second adrenaline, but
Mhm. Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
really like sticks with me. I can't remember the last time I was up at night because like I was scared or something. Like nothing. Like yeah, like I said, the kill scenes and Smile, it didn't. Yeah, those didn't like so
I
weird.
remember when Five Nights at Freddy's first released. It was in 2014, so I was in middle school. Okay, so I think it was the beginning. Yeah, the beginning of middle school. How old were you, or where were you? Five Nights at Freddy's first release. That was the beginning of middle school for me.
2014. Was I in intermediate or elementary? Okay, so in 2011 I was in preschool.
Damn, so you were young. But I
But
mean,
that was
still.
2012. That was 2 years before. I
Oh, okay,
think
okay.
where was I? So let's see. It's
If
20.
I was in middle school, then you were in element.
Yeah. Like hang on. So or was I can't remember if it was intermediate
What
or
is
elementary.
intermediate? You keep mentioning that.
Fourth and fifth. I don't know if that's
I
just
didn't
my
have that.
school
I didn't
district,
have that.
but yeah, elementary was K through third, then intermediate was fourth and fifth, and then middle is sixth through eighth.
You were either in elementary, like fourth grade,
Wait,
but
can you repeat that?
you were either in elementary or in like fourth grade or something like that,
Yeah.
the beginning of intermediate. But the reason why I mentioned that, I remember my friend, he bothered me about the game so much. He was like, "Yo, you have to play this. This is fantastic." He was obsessed with it in a weird way. I'm pretty sure he grew up to be a furry. That's why me and him aren't friends anymore, right? So
Oh dang.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, we just grew apart. But when you're little, you judge less. You don't really care.
Yeah.
But
No.
overall, at the end of the day, he was a cool person. So you'd talk about Gravity Falls theories. We talk about theories all the time, and
Yeah.
he'd always talk about Five Nights at Freddy's. He was even a brony. Um, which actually I gave it a watch, and I was like, yeah, this isn't bad actually. To my surprise, despite all the hate to it, it's actually not that bad. When I watched it at the time, I don't know, I cringe the hell out of it now. But anyways, he was an interesting character, and he was obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's. But this guy was also obsessed with weird things like My Little Pony. So I was like, yeah, no, thanks, not gonna check this out. So due to this friend's obsession of Five Nights at Freddy's constantly, he would talk about it so much. I was like, I just it turned me off from it. It's like I would have given it a chance, but it was his. He woke up, dreamed about it. He was always playing on it on his stupid iPad. He'd always talk about how Scott canceled the game, Scott's no longer making the game, and now he's making another one. He made another one, but he just released the. It kind of turned me off because it was all he talked about, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, someone said you've been talking about this for long. You got to understand this is a live stream. If we were to be just reacting to Matt Pat the entire time, it brings in the question. It's like, okay, well, why aren't you Pat on your own? I'm not even saying that in a disrespectful way. It's just like, as a commentator, I think we have to bring a level of conversation that at least makes this stream a little unique compared to a Matt Pat video.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Besides, we need a lot of time to discuss our own theories. We're not just like, oh yeah, that's interesting. Pat, continue. Like we like to formulate our own stuff too.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. I hate when I hate what's going on with current commentary YouTube. People will be like, yeah, that commentary is so lazy. And it's like, when I commentate on anything like this, like we try to like genuinely bring in a level. Last time we reacted to maybe a 20-minute video and it was a 2-hour stream.
Yeah, we ate that
We
up.
went,
And we
went
just
ham. We're doing pretty good on this time, but we're definitely talking less. But I think that makes sense, to be honest, because we covered so many bases. What are you showing off? Blanket?
Oh, I'm just looking at game.
Are you showing what you want for Christmas, perhaps?
Nah, I'm just looking at the.
I'm gonna show the chat a little preview
What's
of
this?
Grandma
Oh,
Plays
it's a
Store
security
something.
breach glitter motion
Oh,
lamp.
that's actually kind of cool. That does look cool.
$35.
I don't like anything glitter though, but that does look cool.
Oh my gosh, the
this
glitter
looks
in there
so fun.
is the shape of the Glamrock Freddy logo thing.
Let's go.
It's cool. I might actually have to consider that. That's actually like really.
You need to open up like a Cash App or something like that.
Oh, what's that?
It's like PayPal, but better.
I got a bank account or a checking account now.
Set up Cash App and start promoting that during streams. Surprise the people don't. You might as well.
Oh yeah.
We might as well get into the next video though, because we got 2 more, I think.
Yeah.
Surprises on your business internet bill? Nonsense.
While there's the ad, you just mute it and we'll talk.
Yeah.
While there's the ad. So once I finish Five Nights at Freddy's 3, we could one if you want to.
We could what?
Like whenever I finish Five Nights at Freddy's 3 and once I start Five Nights at Freddy's 4, we'll react to the 4th one. We'll do a whole nother stream thing for that.
Oh
as well.
yeah.
It's because we can regularly keep these coming, even though it's been like 2 months. But
Yeah.
How many views does your thing have so far? I'm just out of curiosity.
Let's see. How do I view the views? I know it only.
No, it's right there.
Oh, for me it only tells.
It'll show you. 24.
All right, not too bad. Not too bad.
Well, I'll put it this way.
Dang, that's a good average view duration.
Your average view duration is higher than mine, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I've been steady at like 2 and 3 viewers. Like, yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, mine's been real up down. Mine's been all over the place. I got like 50 views, but like I'm also demonetized. Which 50 views and demonetized?
Wow.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. My average view duration is lower than yours. So apparently, you're way more entertaining on your stream. Keep it up, Kasid. Keep it up. Oh, this intro's fire, bro.
Oh, dang.
This intro goes hard, bro. Damn.
Hello,
that's
Internet.
lit.
Welcome
so
to
cool.
Game Theory. We may not have made FNAF.
Probably took them longer to make the intro than this whole video.
But I like to think we've at least made it a bit more interesting. So in part 1 of this long-awaited all questions answered FNAF theory, we covered everything from the origins of the shadow animatronics, to the reason for Golden Freddy's ghostly behavior, to proof of what suit the killer uses. We clarified the timeline and even went so far as to dispel the myth that the killer is the one shoving the bodies into the suits. Click here if you missed it to get caught up. Don't worry, I'll wait. This is a pausable video after all. But today we're covering the major questions from the franchise, the final bits of the timeline, the ending of the game, and most importantly of all, the identity of the purple guy. So enough intro, let's cut to the chase. When we left things off, there had been another round of murder done in Fazbear Pizza. The purple guy had once again used a golden Bonnie suit to lure in another set of 5 kids and kill them, as depicted in the Save Them minigame from FNAF 2. The place gets closed for investigation.
Wait a minute.
Bonnie suit to lure in another set of 5 kids and kill them.
Yo, what's up, Icy?
As depicted.
This doesn't make sense. So if that's Freddy right there, then how is there another Freddy? Oh, I think this is the minigame where I said, okay, never mind. When I mentioned I thought that Freddy was the security guard, I think this is the minigame that I was referring to. So I think that's the security guard because Freddy is right there.
Okay.
Oh, wait, or is that... Or I don't know.
In the Save Them minigame from
I'm sure he'll
FNAF
explain
2.
it.
The place gets closed for investigation a few days later, but the one thing that practically everyone overlooks in this location is that it gets
Oh, okay, never mind. So I can see from the minigame map. Okay, so that's Withered. That was Withered Freddy, and then that's Toy Freddy. So that makes sense.
reopened. In FNAF 2, the Night 1 phone call welcomes you to your new summer job at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Hello and welcome to your new summer job at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Summer job. And yet, the paycheck at the end of the week reads November. There is not a single place in the world where November is a summer month. Not one. Meaning that these tapes, all these tapes, are pre-recorded. And honestly, that shouldn't be a surprise. Phone Guy's calls are recordings in every game. In FNAF 1, before Phone Guy dies, he says he's glad he recorded these messages when he did.
Why do I forget that? I always forget that.
Yeah, me too.
And then in FNAF 3, they find the
Although on night 6, that cannot be a recording.
Okay, if it is a recording, then how does it get on the phone? Does he just...
I think, like, it kind of works like voicemail, maybe? Like, or maybe he calls...
And then someone plays, like, a recording of him or something? That's how I can interpret it.
Or from what I think of it, is he called, and then nobody... He, like, called... Oh, here's what I think he did. He called the phone when nobody was there, nobody answered, so then he left a message.
You're right. And then as soon as you get in, it just plays pretty much.
Yeah. Well, like, yeah, then you could just play the unrecorded messages on.
Yep. That makes sense.
Training tapes the Phone Guy made.
First of all, we found some vintage audio training cassettes. Dude, these are like prehistoric. I think they were like training tapes.
In short, all of Phone Guy's messages are unstuck in time, not recorded anytime near your tenure as security guard. That includes the ones in FNAF 2 talking about children going missing. The pizzeria isn't being shut down for an investigation of some missing children the week you happen to be working there. You're listening to old tapes meant for the night security guard from months ago. Need more proof? Night 6's call references a birthday party happening as the last event before the building closes. But what decorations do we see put up throughout the building for the entirety of the week you're working there? Happy birthday banners. Confusing? You betcha.
Oh my gosh, dude. Wait, did he say... I missed if he said this, but what if the security guard working there worked there after it closed?
Elaborate.
Okay, so, oh my gosh, this all makes sense now. So, Phone Guy said, welcome to your new summer job. So these tapes are obviously like months old, or a couple months old. And then on night 6, he said, what on earth are you doing there, blah, blah, blah. The place closed down. So then a few days after his night starts, the place, like a week after his shifts start, the place closes down. So, like you said, like, the building was on lockdown, so probably everyone was out of there, rushed out. And I was wondering, why in one of the party rooms is there a wet floor sign and a wet floor, and then throughout the week it doesn't get cleaned? And then these happy birthday banners. Everyone must have left in a rush, and then nobody ever went back there until this security guard went back.
I think you're right, yeah.
But the question is, why? That makes sense. Why that makes sense of why the dates on the 2 paychecks are the same. Could this be or this has to tie into that fact?
Has he addressed this, or you thought of this?
This is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Because he started mentioning the fact about how the birthday banner was left, and I'm just like, wait, that wet floor sign and the wet floor was left too. And I remember when I first was introduced to the game, my friend first introduced me to the second game. I always remember looking at the party rooms, and I'm just like, wow, this looks like such a mess. And then now that I'm looking back now, it's like, yeah, it's probably a mess because everyone was in a rush to get out because something happened. The bite of 87. It was probably the bite of 87 that happened. And
Big
everyone's
brain for
freaking out.
speed.
Everyone's freaking out.
Big brain
And then,
time, bro.
Boom,
It's big
everyone
brain
gets
time.
out.
That's some big brain time right there, brother.
Yeah, y'all better start calling me Matt Pat.
This is why you got to start subscribing to this channel. This is why you got to subscribe to Cassie. This is why you got to watch this stuff, because the way we commentate and talk about it, we're not no lazy commentary. We actually giving some information about it. That's some big brain. You are the new Matt Pat. Matt Pat, watch out. Matt Pat, if he's watching this stream, he's definitely crumbling and crying right now.
Yeah.
Game changing? Absolutely. This means that both Jeremy and Fritz, the characters you play as throughout FNAF 2, aren't the killer purple guy at all. They were both working in November, after the yellow suit investigation and the killer getting charged. Which brings us to the other key point in the timeline, the bite of 87. Ever since we heard about this mysterious frontal lobe nibble on that first fateful night at Freddy's, we've wanted to know more about this bizarre attack, the one that ends up resulting in animatronics no longer being allowed to walk around during the day. But now, 3 games in, we do know more. We know it took place in the location of FNAF 2 based on the 1987 date on Jeremy's paycheck. And furthermore, the newspaper clipping that ends FNAF 2 gives us a clue that it's the bite which closes this version of the restaurant, not some serial killing. Quote, after being open a few short weeks, the restaurant is closing its doors, the article says, with the new animatronics being scrapped for possible malfunction. That's game designer Scott Cawthon telling us that one of the new toy animatronics bit someone during the day. Why else would the new robots be scrapped while the old ones get kept for possible reorganization? Outside of an obvious need to retcon why these new robots didn't appear in Five Nights 1, it's because the company considered them safer, relatively speaking. So, then who's the biter? Well, it's none other than the pile of scraps and parts, Mangle. The most obvious clue is the animatronic's unhinged jaw. The frontal lobe is the biggest part of the human brain, and the size and shape of the other toy robots' mouths just wouldn't be able to handle the size of the human head, especially when you compare it to the Mangle's narrow snout and wide open mouth. There's also Mangle's sharper teeth and potential angle of attack. As shown by its jump scare, Mangle goes for the top of the head. And who got bit? Well, there isn't enough evidence to say definitively, but your most likely candidate would be fan favorite Jeremy Fitzgerald. Jeremy passes the test, and on his paycheck at the end of the week, he's welcomed into the family, presumably getting moved to day shift. Fritz gets hired to replace him on day 7, but then promptly gets fired for tampering with the animatronics. That means he's not likely the one to get bit, and instead the person who follows him on day shift is, leaving Jeremy as the most likely frontal lobeless candidate. But regardless of whether it's Jeremy or some other customer we've never met, someone gets bit, the restaurant closes for good, and as the newspaper clippings show, the old animatronics go into storage, awaiting a smaller location with a lower budget. Fast forward to the 90s and FNAF 1. We know it's the 90s based on the hourly rate of the paycheck received by Mike Schmidt, security guard extraordinaire from the first game, something we proved in our first Five Nights.
No one says, wow, I love how plain.
Sorry, it's just some of this
video. And now we can breathe a sigh of relief, because this was the beautiful time long ago, last August, when the games weren't so complicated, when the big
complicated. You have no idea.
Very cute, very cute. Cute Matt Pat moment.
His mysteries were a game-crashing gold bear and the words, "It's me." No death minigames, no puppets, no need to shoehorn in extra overcomplicated storylines. That all would come later when the first game became a smash hit and got itself some sequels. And boy did those sequels make things complicated, as both featured 8-bit minigames revealing more details about this location from the original game. First things first, we know that the purple guy kills 5 children here. We see it in the Foxy Go 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 minigame from FNAF 2. Foxy runs past a grinning purple guy to see 5 dead bodies. Sorry, no fireworks this time, Foxy. And how do we know it's the FNAF 1 location? Well, it's the only time in the game when Foxy's stage, Pirate Cove, is located to the west of a dining area. See how he performs for the children by running to the right? That matches the map layout of the FNAF 1 pizzeria. We also know from the FNAF 3 minigames that this is where the purple guy dies inside a golden Springlock Bonnie suit in a safe room near the back. One built so that it would never show up on camera, conveniently explaining why it never...
Out of curiosity, I pulled up your stream, and then I pulled up my stream. I'm like, how bad is the delay, right?
Yeah.
It's literally just like 2 seconds. It's literally like a second.
Yeah, that's what mine.
It's literally no, like I'm saying, our delay is like just like a second off from each other.
Oh.
I was curious what the delay is like. Like you're just slightly ahead, barely, and I just kind of find it funny that people complain about delays so much, bro. So much. I'm doing the best I can. Okay, sorry.
Appeared in the first game. But hold on, weren't those safe rooms sealed up a long time ago? I mean, we touched on this last episode, but the old recordings of Phone Guy we listened to throughout FNAF 3 say that these rooms are being closed off, discontinued, and will never be mentioned again. Why would a location 20 years later possess a safe room unless it was the same building as the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location?
Ain't
That's
no way.
why it's in such disrepair when we see it in the FNAF 3
Oh my
minigames.
God.
You
Boarded
did
up
mention
with
that.
rats on the floor. It's been closed down for years, which also means the dead kids from the Foxy Go 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 minigame aren't another set of new victims, because seriously, at this
shoot.
point, the killer would have made his way through like a short bus full of pizza-hungry children.
Damn.
No, those kids are the first 5 dead kids, the ones who would eventually possess Old Bonnie, Chica, Freddy Foxy, and Golden Freddy. I mean, look, if the animatronics
math
were
do
possessed
be
at this
mathin'.
point, don't you think Foxy would be attacking
sure.
Purple Guy rather than just running past him to perform for some dead kids? This also explains the random cutscene from FNAF 2 where the puppet's looking into Freddy's eyes. You can tell by the tables in the background and the design of both Bonnie and Chica that this is the FNAF 1 location with the old animatronics on stage. But it's not a flash forward to the game's next location, but rather a flash back to the moment the puppet brought these characters, these children, to life. Okay, but that's just tying together some loose ends in the story. We're interested in how this whole thing ends, and those FNAF 3 minigames give us the conclusion we're looking for. These flashback minigames show Purple Guy dismantling the animatronics from the security of the safe room one by one, but in doing so, he's unwittingly releasing the spirits of his former victims. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Golden Freddy. When their powers combine, they are able to scare Purple Guy into the Golden Bonnie springlock suit, which fails, crushes him pretty much to the point of death, though notice we never actually see him die, and the spirits fade away. Golden Bonnie, with Purple Guy inside, now known as Springtrap, rots away in the safe room for years until he's finally uncovered by the founders.
Did you see his head flicking in the background?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things that just sets me off as like just unsettling.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get another drink real quick.
Alright.
If you want to play the rest or just talk, meanwhile, that's up to you. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a drink.
Yeah, I'll just chill. Oh, this is just all so interesting. There was so many things I did not consider, but yes, I did not consider the fact that that same pizzeria from the first game could be that one. What if Junior's? What if Junior's was originally that location? Oh my gosh, it's so confusing. Okay, so it makes sense. Okay. This makes a lot more sense than what I thought. I thought at Fredbear's Family Diner they had Fredbear, Spring Bonnie, Old Freddy, Old Bonnie, Old Chica, and Old Foxy. But clearly, that didn't make sense. That never entirely made sense to me. This makes a lot more sense. There was Fredbear Family Diner with Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. Then next they had the newly rebranded Freddy Fazbear's Pizza with the 4 main animatronics in their old states. So like you notice how Bonnie's jaw is like more expanded than original Bonnie's. So like after they were repaired after their withered state, a lot of changes had to be made. So that was their newer state, which thus in the first game. That was thus in the first. So yeah, it was the original state ones at the new one, or the newer one after Fredbear's. Then That got shut down because of the murders. That could have been Juniors. That very well could have been Juniors. And if we're going off of the Juniors fan game, which I don't want to say that that's canon because it's not, that would make perfect sense because there was a puppet, and then I think there was the 4 original characters, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't played through the full game, so I don't know completely for sure. I only played. Oh gosh, gosh,
voice
bro.
crack, voice crack. Bro, what would you have done if I just
If you just what?
if I never came back?
Oh, I probably would have kept going on for a while before I realized. I'm just like, wait a minute, where is he?
Maybe one day I should do that. just as a funny bit. I might have to.
Yeah.
Bro. What were you talking about?
I was just talking about how this makes so much more sense than what I was thinking. Because I thought it went Fredbear's Family Diner, then FNAF 2, then FNAF 1. I didn't consider this location in between FNAF 2 and Fredbear's. And then that makes sense for it to be Juniors. So then I'm thinking, what if the original Freddy, or the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza from the original game was the Juniors location because he said it was the same building. So that would make so much sense.
Bro, you look so happy in your camera, bro. It's so wholesome. I'm looking at it a little bit, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's so wholesome. It's so wholesome. I'm glad. I'm enjoying this, and I'm glad you are too, bro. I can see it in your face, bro.
Oh yeah.
I'm happy. Oh yeah. Ever since you told me you're from Minnesota, I can't. No, that sounded Irish.
But can you tell? Do I have an accent?
Yeah. I can't unhear it, man. I can't unhear it. It's in certain words you say.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That was perfect. That was a perfect example.
Yeah, we don't say YEAH. We just say YEA.
I can tell. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right, we're good.
So it all just makes so much sense now. So like, yeah, I thought the first 4 original animatronics and Fredbear and Spring Bonnie were at the original Fredbears, but that just something about that to me didn't make sense. It's like, why would you have Fredbear and then Spring Bonnie, and then you'd have Freddy, the usual star of the show? That's like having 2 stars of the show. So it didn't really make sense to me, but now it does.
The fact we're learning this together makes it 10 times better.
I know. And then if we're not that the Juniors game is canon, but I'm assuming they did their research. If we're going off of the Juniors game, that would line up because I think they had the 4 original characters and then a puppet. So that would make sense. But now I can't confirm this because I haven't played through the full game yet. I only did like night 1 and I didn't even beat it. But yeah, that would make so much sense.
It does.
And then as I was saying, like looking at like Chica's beak there, how it's much bigger. When they repaired, obviously they had to make pretty significant changes. Like they had to probably change her head and stuff, because like her head right here is just one piece, but you can see here that's like 2 pieces. That's a lot of things I've noticed with the jaw. As you can see with Bonnie's jaw here, it's a lot more. I don't really know how to say it. But like his teeth look sharper here.
Yeah.
And then Fred. Oh, I just realized he didn't use the withered Freddy icon here. That's kind of weird. But
that is interesting.
We could just use Golden Freddy's for reference because it's pretty much the same thing. But yeah, looking at his jaw, it's just the jaws look so different, and then the snouts, Yeah,
you're right.
All makes sense. All right, are we ready to?
I'm ready if you are.
Of Fazbear's Fright from the 3rd game. With the discovery of Springtrap, this haunted house attraction, inspired by the years of mystery and murder of the pizzeria chain, finally has their first real animatronic, who then haunts the player for 5 nights and a nightmare night until the place burns down due to faulty wiring. The end.
Damn.
Take a bow. It's finally
Spoiler!
over. Well, kinda. We're still left with one final, seemingly impossible question to answer. Who is the purple guy. After spending, I kid you not, full days plotting out all the details of this game franchise on whiteboards, talking it over with anyone who would stand to listen to me ramble on and on about fictional
I put himself
haunted
on a
robots,
woman.
and just looking at it from every possible angle, all logic points to it being
Markiplier.
Sorry for the shameless cliffhanger here, but due to a copyright strike currently on the channel, I can't upload videos longer than 15 minutes. And this one is 18 plus, and I didn't want to make you guys wait. 18 plus minutes. I'm just like, what? How is this 18 plus? So thanks for understanding. Click here.
Yeah, he did do that. He did.
Did he actually get a strike?
Apparently. I don't see why he'd lie about that.
Oh, copyright strike. I'm just like, why would he get a strike? He'd never posted anything inappropriate. But yeah, copyright. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. This is the final part of the Five Nights at Freddy's conspiracy theories with Kassid. This is the second episode of Five Nights at Freddy's conspiracy theories with Kassid, and we'll have to do a third one once I make a little more progress in the game.
Yeah.
I'm already getting a little spoilers with this one, but that's okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. I almost have Five Nights at Freddy's 3 done.
Finally has
I'm ready.
real animatronic, who then haunts the player for 5 nights and a nightmare night until the place burns down due to faulty wiring. The end. Take a bow. It's finally over. Well, kinda. We're still left with one final, seemingly impossible question to answer. Who is the purple guy?
Wait, hang on. I just realized something. So
I like
if you
the way you did that.
Yeah. If you got a copyright strike on your channel, why can you only upload 15-minute videos? Like, what kind of punishment?
Yeah, they have very weird. It's like, you know, when your parents tell you not to do something, you're like, why? And they're just cuz. This is YouTube's way of saying, oh, why is it set up this way? Just cuz. That's my theory on it, at least.
Spending, I kid you not, full days plotting out all the details of this game franchise on whiteboards, talking it over with anyone who would stand to listen to me ramble on and on about fictional haunted robots, and just looking at it from every possible angle, all logic points to it being
Markiplier, it's Markiplier.
the phone guy. And no, not because
Makes
I made a
sense.
theory about it and refused to let it die. Honestly, I couldn't care less if that last video was wrong. At this point, I just care about the truth, and phone guy makes the most logical sense. I know your complaints, and I promise you, if you stick with me, you'll be convinced. First, there's
Mine
the
here.
circumstantial evidence I presented during my FNAF 2 theory. Phone Guy's admitted love of Foxy being reflected by the smiling purple guy sprite during the Foxy Go 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 minigame. His distrust of the puppet, a creature haunted by his first victim that we see time and time again trying to bring a stop to his killing spree. His admitted role as a security guard, and even the weird phone-like object in his hand from the Save Them minigame.
So, like, when he just mentioned the purple guy smiling thing, it made me think, what do you think is more hard? Thinking of these little small details to point towards the lore, like Scott making it. What would be harder, making it or finding it? Or thinking of the idea to make it. Like, what would be harder? It's a very hard.
I'll tell you from my experience. Now this is. Okay, so I've made games and I've worked on a bunch of different projects with people, so I kind of have an idea. I've talked about like Snell Paradise and some virtual worlds and some video games in the past creating and stuff like that. Scott was pretty solo through this, wasn't he?
In the beginning, yes, he was solo.
Yeah, so what makes it easy for me as someone who's created games in the past before is having a group of people to talk to and being able to bounce back and forth pretty easily with. And then you have one idea and just the idea just becomes a snowball. And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger because you're able to bounce back and forth with someone. For example, Riders, I'm also working on a TV series, and it's probably going to be on YouTube. It's going to be very expensive. Very expensive, at least $10,000, but I'm writing some scripts with a friend And I'm figuring out like some amazing lore and concept ideas and just so many things we can do with it. And it's partially a lot of ideas I've had, but a lot of back and forth ideas. So I guess it would depend how creative Scott is. If Scott is not much of a creative person, then he's going to be racking his brain a good little bit. If he's super creative, then he's got it on his own. I feel like there's a chance that even though he created the games on his own, I feel like there's a good chance that he had at least had some friends that he talked to. Surely he had friends to talk to. So with that being said, I would imagine usually the lore would be a little bit harder to find. Because I mean, you know, MatPat spends an ungodly, unhealthy amount of time on this stuff.
Yeah.
But there's even more evidence when we consider Five Nights 3. Consider this. He's the only person in the game who knows about the safe rooms. As we've mentioned before, all the safe rooms were sealed up back in the Springlock suit days, back in the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location, meaning every other employee coming afterward would have never even heard of these things. Phone Guy is the only character we meet who would have any knowledge of these rooms, and more importantly, of how they operate, how they're invisible to the cameras, and more importantly, to the animatronics. And that's just the beginning. He's also the only person who knows how to use the Springlock suits. Again, once they were decommissioned, the suits were hidden away. Regardless of whether you believe that the killer used a golden Bonnie suit the whole time, or you think he used a golden Freddy suit, either way, we know for a fact the killer was using one of the yellow Springlocked suits, and Phone Guy is the only character we know who had.
Give me 1 second. Oh, sorry. I saw something. But never mind. Okay, sorry. You're good.
Knowledge of A, where they were hidden, and B, how they were operated safely. Now, I know a lot of people have said that it couldn't have been Phone Guy because he knew better. He knew that they were dangerous and could kill him, so if he was indeed the purple guy, he wouldn't just hop into a Springtrap suit like we see depicted at the ending of FNAF 3. But there's one key detail that everyone has been overlooking, and that Scott carefully included in this game. Listen.
Carefully included.
Hear it? There's rain. There are puddles on the ground. It's dripping from the ceiling. The killer had been using these Springlock suits safely for years, but in his panic to escape the ghosts, he failed to notice the wetness of the building around him. The killer had never encountered this problem before because the building had always been in a decent state of repair, but now it's a wreck, torn apart by age. Rain is able to seep in, something he didn't realize when he was in such a hurry to run away from the ghosts.
Be like
and
that.
If moist breath can loosen the locks, you can bet some rain would make those suckers ready to snap shut. And
then he was laughing too. I don't know why the heck he would laugh, because then that's just getting moisture on them.
Maybe just add a level of creepiness, you know?
Killing our killer. I mean, all of that makes a pretty compelling argument, almost an open and shut case, if there wasn't one final major criticism to the Phone Guy theory since the release of FNAF 3.
Okay.
And it's a good one. The fact that Phone Guy seems to die during his Night 4 phone call from the first game.
Hey, listen, I may not be around to send you a message tomorrow. It's been a bad night here for me.
Floor and decor.
Rigged. Haters will say it's fake.
I'm kind of glad that I recorded my messages for you when I did.
If Phone Guy was the killer, why would the robots still be active after his death and the ghosts disappear? It just wouldn't make sense unless you stop to consider the rest of FNAF
That's a good
3's
point.
endings. The big twist in FNAF 3 is the inclusion of a good and bad ending. By completing the game normally, you get the bad ending, in which we see Purple Guy die in a flashback minigame, and the whole thing ends with 5 masks representing the 5 main animatronics with lights on on behind their eyes. The good ending, meanwhile, requires using some not-so-subtly hidden clues to unlock minigames, then basically ignoring those games, glitching them out, and giving hidden dead kids cake to make them happy, obviously referring to the victims of Purple Guy. Beat the game this time, and the ending is largely the same, but with one fewer animatronic mask and no lights on. The obvious difference here is that in the good ending, the souls of the dead children have been put at peace. When they disappear for good. They don't go back to their animatronic bodies, but the...
Because I think I'm on night 4, so I guess that would be with, or I'm either on night 4 or 5, so I guess that would be with night 5 or night 6 or something. Which
after night 5 you get the light ending, the bad ending.
Okay.
Bad ending? The lights on behind the eyes of all 5 masks mean that these guys are still active. Angry, restless spirits still haunting the robots to this day. Because here's the thing. The good ending doesn't exist until you, as the player of the 3rd installment, give cake to those kids during FNAF 3's hidden minigames. What you play in FNAF 1, though, is the aftermath of the bad ending, when the animatronics have killed Phone Guy, but are still out for vengeance. Yeah, you made it through those first 5 nights at Freddy's. You overheard the death of the Purple Guy recorded live on the phone, but it wasn't enough. You got the bad ending. Even with the killer crippled in the back room in a spring-lock suit, the lights are still on in these animatronics. They're still roaming the halls, attacking anyone wearing that much-hated security guard outfit. People like Mike Schmidt, an innocent guy just trying to do his job at a failing pizza restaurant. And as the final nail in the coffin, what Phone Guy says in his Night 4 recording perfectly foreshadows what we see in the games.
Maybe sometime you could check inside those suits in the back room. I'm gonna try to hold out until someone checks. Maybe it won't be so bad.
I kind of feel bad for him.
I always wondered what was in all those empty heads back there.
Think about what Purple Guy does. He hides in a back room, the safe room, hides in a suit, and despite getting sprung trapped, actually does hold out until someone checks. Holds out long enough for the phone dude to find the hidden safe room, recover the animatronic, and set him free in Fazbear Fright. Exactly what the Phone Guy said he'd do in his final moments. And as Springtrap, he comes back in FNAF 3. Comes back like he always does. And with no real animatronics present at Fazbear's Fright, remember Springtrap is the only real one they've found, with all the rest scattered, probably located in...
Hang on. I just need a minute to process this. Too many.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm trying to think what happened first when the restaurant was in a state of disrepair, and then he got spring locked. Was that before or after the first game? I think that was before. I think that's what he's insinuating in that. Is that what is before?
I'll just put it this way. You're asking the wrong guy, pal. You're asking the wrong guy, pal.
That has to make sense, because then he recorded the calls. Okay, yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense.
Dumps, which is why their bodies and faces are decaying. All that the spirits can do is appear as phantoms, hallucinations. Well, all except one. The puppet, who we see in his physical form roaming the hallways of Fazbear Fright. So real, in fact, that we see his reflection visible in the pools of water under his feet, meaning he is there and unburnt. There's only one way to truly end this. End the murderous Purple Guy, burning the place to the ground. The puppet gave robots life, gave spirits peace, and finally gave the murderer, the Phone Guy, his long-deserved death. Or at least tried to. And that is the end of the Five Nights at Freddy's story. No movie, no 4th installment.
There's a movie and there's a 4th installment.
Broski, what do you mean no 4th installment? Did he actually say no 4th installment and then he did?
He said no movie and no 4th installment. Both are wrong.
No, I mean like Scott. Did Scott say at some point there's going to be no 4th installment? Because unless if he specifically said that, he has no right to say no 4th installment. No,
I'm sure he did, because Scott said so many times there wouldn't be another. Scott say there would not be Freddy's 4. Let me look. I know that. Oh, wait, this guy said. Oh, I didn't know that Scott reacted to different things that MatPat did. Interesting.
Bro, that must have been an honor.
Oh yeah, apparently he's referenced it and talked about it a good bit.
What? Oh, no. 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 No.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what happened? What's wrong?
Look.
Oh no.
Oh, he said that just to make a joke. Oh, okay.
But hey, that's
Oh.
just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you enjoyed these theories,
Okay.
show your appreciation
All
by
right, because I was about to
subscribing.
say I haven't found anything about him.
Yeah, I'm just like, bro, I don't
I
think
found-
he ever said there was never gonna be a 4th installment.
Because what I did find is apparently he shamed the. Some people are angry. He shamed the community for not figuring out the lore, and apparently they missed crucial details for the lore. Five Nights at Freddy's 4. But you know that was good. I'm excited to get to Five Nights at Freddy's 4. And then we'll watch more. How many reactions are there for? How many MatPat videos did he make for Five Nights at Freddy's 4?
1, 2, 3. 3 or 4.
Okay, sweet. So that's definitely another live stream right there. That makes me happy. Yay!
Yeah. Oh yeah, he has
All right.
he has a lot more. He's got 3 here. This one I'm not sure which one that's for. Oh, is that a live stream? Oh, what's this?
That looks
Imagine
like a live
what
stream.
would
2
happen.
hours. There's no shot he uploaded a 2-hour video. Okay,
First
yeah,
live
that wouldn't-
episode of Game Theory where we outline the final timeline for Five Nights at
We
Freddy's.
definitely can't be bothered to watch.
If every person in the United States suddenly visited your website, would it crash?
Are you
Okay, yeah, that's live.
Mhm.
So let's see. Okay, so then that's sister location, sister location, sister location.
So there's definitely enough to make another 2-hour stream.
Yeah.
It seems. All right. Sweet. So we'll probably at this rate, it'll probably be in December or maybe towards the end of November.
Oh dang, that's when I'm getting my wisdom teeth out.
Is it?
Yeah,
Dang.
it's like the beginning of December.
How long will you be MIA?
Will I be what?
How long will you be missing in action? How long will you be gone?
Oh, I shouldn't be gone for too long. In fact, I might even do a live stream while I'm still like I got gauze in my mouth.
If you don't do a live stream, you got to do a video. That would be fun.
Yeah. Like if I'm
You know
not,
what
if
I
I'm not in a lot if I'm not in a lot of pain, then yeah, I'll definitely like play games while yeah.
You know what I just realized? Your last live stream was discussing Five Nights at Freddy's series.
Yeah.
So that's
I got it.
funny.
I gotta kick my butt in gear here. Start next week. I gotta kick it in gear.
But you know, we'll definitely confirm because when we made the first one, we weren't sure, but 100% confirmed. We'll do a third one. As soon as I finish Five Nights at Freddy's 3, which honestly, I plan to stream it for like 4 hours tomorrow, to make up for not having this one 6 hours tonight. So there's a chance I'll finish it tomorrow, but there's a chance I might completely rage and become an insane lunatic.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see. I really want to start Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
Or I
Especially
think
before I
you
go
should
on a big
I
break.
think you should finish FNAF 4 before we get into the next one.
Yeah, I want to
Or
get
at least or at least get partially through it.
Yeah, for sure. I want to get a few nights done. The first few nights are usually easy for Five Nights at Freddy's. Is that the same for Five Nights at Freddy's 4?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Hang on.
Because the first few nights are usually pretty easy for Five Nights at Freddy's.
That is so
The first night
bro.
is never usually that bad in any of the games, so I'll play through.
Oh no.
Bro, he said like the exact same thing you did. The first couple nights are not usually that bad, so I'm gonna play through.
Clip that, someone
Someone
clip
clip that.
There's your stream clip that you can repost, get some views. There it is. That's the clip for tonight. I was wondering if we'd have one. That's the clip for tonight.
The first night is never usually that bad in any of the games, so I'll play through.
And I have to cut it. I have to cut it off right there because he swears.
Kassid, maybe you should clip that even.
Yeah.
You should consider clipping that.
Yeah.
Try to enter the contest. A chance to win $50 for anyone who clips a part of my live streams. I will allow an exception for Kassid's live stream because this is our stream together. So if you clip your stream and still tag Lock is Live and then put my channel in the description, that can count as entering the contest. I'd be down for that. So you ought to enter. You ought to enter. But I think at that note, we ought to wrap this thing up. Right?
Yeah. My parents are gonna get mad here soon. I think
it's the perfect moment to wrap this up. Thank you for making this and doing this with me. Let's talk more about the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah.
Still learn. And I'm gonna continue to help you. And 30 views, that's not bad. Not bad. Not bad. And the average view duration, good stuff. And with that being said, though, man, thanks for joining and peace out. See you soon.
Yeah, thanks a lot for doing another one. I really enjoy these. This one really got me thinking a lot more than the last one. Like we talked a lot more in the last one, but this one, oh my gosh, this just got me really thinking. A lot of his stuff just makes everything make a lot more sense. Like the whole Fredbear Family Diner thing. I did not consider the fact that Juniors took. I completely forgot that Juniors took place after Fredbear's. So that must be that other location that they're talking about, and it all just lays out and makes sense.
So if you're wondering how to find Kassid's channel, it's Casseed, Kassid on YouTube. Quality YouTuber. It seems like you've already gained a few subs for tonight. Hopefully you will continue. And thanks for joining me. And with that being said, peace out. Expect just a little collaboration coming out with them soon on some YouTube shorts. With that being said, peace out, y'all.
Yep. Goodbye.
Oh no, don't do it like that. No, don't do it like that. Do it through OBS. Messes up. It'll cut it off because there's that delay.
Oh yeah.
So you got to remember when you end the stream, you say bye-bye, but then